How's it going, everyone? Data here, and welcome back to the San Jose Sharks franchise mode, episode number 32, headed into the 2031 postseason. I just had a ton of chocolate eggs, and I am wired. I hope that you're excited for this one, as we are looking to go for back-to-back Stanley Cups. In the last one, we had our second best regular season in franchise history, finishing with 59 wins and a fifth consecutive, yes, you heard me right, a fifth consecutive President's Trophy as we won the league with those 124 points. We had great special teams. We dominated our division and our conference. But remember, they don't care how you got to the dance. They just want to see what you do on the dance floor. Dylan Larkin, in his first season of his 3-year, $12+ million extension, still shows that he's worth it. 75 assists and 94 points from him. Quinn Hughes just 2 points behind, a career high in goals with 20. Going to be a fourth consecutive Norris Trophy for him, very likely in this episode, as he was second in team scoring. 89 points from Connor Bedard, 51 goals and 80 points from Samu Ranta. The captain at 37 years of age scores 63 points. Carcillo sophomore season, 63. Great years all around. And goaltending, Torsten Hornquist, after winning the Vezina last year, on the first of his 8-year, $8.35 million extension, goes 46, 12, and 5 with 5 shutouts and great numbers around there for him. Habsheed backing him up, not too bad himself. At the end of last episode, however, though, we were hit with our first injury, major injury of the entire season. Of course, it comes in Game 82, as Aaron Kiviharju will be out until at least June or the end of May with a concussion. So he was in our top 4 with Kiviharju out. It now means that Rodin will have to play with one of Kniazev, Pickering, or Brain, and our 7th defenseman now becomes someone that we would have to call up from the AHL. So Kiviharju does leave a big hole. He was, 20-some points? 26 points this season, a career high in his 3rd season, 9 goals, 26 assists, and he was eating over 18.5 minutes of ice time per night. Last year in our run to the Stanley Cup, he had 4 points and was a +8 through 23 games. So fingers crossed that we will be able to get it done in his absence. As we start off this postseason, we will be facing the Edmonton Oilers. This is now year number 9 of our franchise mode. We have faced them twice so far in this entire series. In year number 1, on our way to a Western Conference final loss, we beat them in 7 games in round number 1. And then again in year number 4, we faced them in round number 1. That time the Oilers beat us in 6 games. Since that first round defeat in year number 4, we have made it to the Western Conference final or further every single year. Year 5, 6, 7, and 8. 4 years in a row we've made it to the Western Conference final or Stanley Cup final since losing in 6 in round 1 to the Oilers in year number 4. So this is now our 3rd meeting against the Oilers with Draisaitl, McDavid, and Loktionov on that first line. McDavid coming off of a big season himself at the age of 34. He scored 96 points, 50 goals though, second best of his career in this simulation. 50 goals, 96 points for McDavid. Draisaitl on 91. The forward core, the top 6 especially, very strong. Formenton, Kotkaniemi, a trade deadline pickup, and Kaylor Yamamoto. On the third line, 2 former Sharks, Kevin Labanc and Noah Gregor, centered by a prospect that we considered picking up but didn't from the Predators. The Oilers ended up doing it, Theodore Bayer. And fourth line, this guy Nolan Sapovaliv and Alex Nylander. Defense for the Oilers will be Nurse, Dobson, Peak, Smith, Broberg, and Furlong. And between the pipes, they have Hunter Jones at a 79 and Kari Tyrvainen at a 79 as well. Hunter Jones was their main starter over the regular season. He played in 51 games, went 23, 21, and 5. Not the greatest numbers. So if we can just outscore the Oilers, we should be able to get through this first round. But of course, when you're going up against a first line that includes McDavid and Draisaitl, it's always going to be a challenge. So I'm ready to just dive in head first this postseason. As I said at the beginning, I am absolutely wired. Dr. Soon put in my emotion chip, and I am just going for it right now. But we have to check in first with the assistant general managers. In the last one, as per usual, after such a successful season, not a ton of suggestions. But I'll go ahead and look at Cheating Heel's comment, where Cheating Heel says, "Wow, another great season in the books and another President's Trophy. GM Data has built a juggernaut. I believe this is William Eklund's final year with us, so we might as well put Justin Carcillo in the top 6 right away and see how he handles playing against better competition. On defense, it doesn't affect chemistry too much, so we might want to try Brain on the second pair to see if the added playtime helps him grow. We also know that Kniazev and Pickering on the third pair has worked very well in the past. I wouldn't make many changes apart from that, and would also be okay with no movement at all. If for some reason we lack scoring, we have a lot of good options to mix things up, such as moving Eklund or Hurdle to the third line for Carcillo and Mikola, moving Bedard back to the first line as a center or the right wing, to do a mega line, Ranta, Larkin, Bedard, and then we move Eklund, Hurdle to the second line, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot we can do to try to jumpstart our offense if we get in a rot. Absolutely. We have all the ingredients to repeat and win the cup again. Go Sharks. Thank you, Cheating Heel, for those thoughts. At the, I don't know about maybe a bit past the midway point last season, we pretty much turned the second line into the first line as we promoted Larkin and Ranta from second line to first line and demoted Eklund and Bedard from first line to second line. Bedard was still having a good season, but Eklund was, I gotta say, a disappointment as he put up only 58 points this season and only 10 goals as well. We need to have more from him if he's going to be a full-time first liner, and he has shown that before. 84 points, 79 points. But the last 3 seasons, I've not been super impressed. Yes, he's a strong playmaker with 40, 50 assists every year, but to make $7.95 million on a juggernaut team, you really got to pull your weight. That also being said, last year in the postseason, Eklund did pull his weight, 17 points in 23 games. The year before that, he was point per game. In his career, he's 84 points in 116 games. He usually does perform in the postseason, so we'll see if he can kind of change our minds headed into 2031-32. But at the moment, this is our lineup. This is how we ended it off. This is the lineup that got Ranta 50-plus goals, Larkin 70-plus assists. So we will roll with it, but as Cheating Heel says, many different options to try and change things up. One of those would be moving Carcillo into the top 6 here, but I do like Eklund being a playmaker for Bedard and Hurdle, while Carcillo's another 30-goal scorer, another guy who wants to get the puck. Cody Glass can feed him. So I think we'll keep it as is for the forwards as of right now. On defense, I would be tempted to say, listen, Ricky Brain, it's not time to learn how you develop. I'm not going to risk you going on the second pair. But Kniazev and Pickering have a long history together of being a very steady and reliable third pair. So even though Kniazev or Pickering, either of these guys are likely better than Brain, I'm going to give Brain the chance to play with Rodin, and Rodin will get the chance to get added responsibility. He scored 20 points in 79 games. He had a strong second half of the season. If he can prove his worth, he's another guy who's on the chopping block right now. 5 more years at $6 million after this year. If he can prove himself and be responsible for the young Ricky Brain, young, only 1 year, he's 1 year younger, but still, I would be more inclined to keep Rodin. So again, the defense, the second and third pair could also move around if need be, but Hughes and Kalinin will stay the same. Boris Kalinin, just quietly such a tank out there. 146 points and a plus 126 through 4 full NHL seasons now. He is just constant. He is always healthy. Hopefully I didn't jinx him now, but he is the Latvian locomotive, the Latvian Leviathan, and we love him very much. So that being said, I think the lineup will stay as is, but we will use those suggestions from Cheating Heel if needed. Aaron builds on Cheating Heel's comment and says, what a good regular season. Brutal injury on the last day, but at least we have the depth to cover it. Unless he shines in the playoffs, I think it's time to move on from Eklund. This is what a lot of people have been saying. Trading him at the draft makes the most sense. If you also want to move Rodin, I could get behind that, but he did turn his season around. Maybe he can impress us in the coming games. As for any lineup changes in the playoffs, I like what Cheating Heel had to say. Beautiful. Good luck, Data, and I can't wait for the next episode. Thank you, Aaron. So again, Rodin, he's been a guy, he has 2 Stanley Cup rings here now. He's been a constant for us. He's at almost 500 career games played. Last year in the postseason, 5 points and a plus 10 on our road to the Stanley Cup. In 2027, he had 8 points and was a plus 15 on our road to the Stanley Cup. So take away not his entire postseason stats, just his 2 postseasons where we won Stanley Cups. That's 3 goals, 10 assists, and a plus 25 in the 42 games that we had of Stanley Cup winning postseasons in 2027 and 2030. So Rodin, buddy, Eklund, I'm giving you 2 the opportunity to shine. Our special teams were very much, the power play was best in the league. Penalty kill was top 3, I believe. I think it was 88 point something %. So we're ready to rock and roll. It's game 1, round 1 of our Stanley Cup defense here in the 2031 postseason. Disclaimer, as always, if it is a short episode where we get eliminated early, the episode itself will always be about an hour and a half, plus or minus 20 minutes or so, just to keep you always interested and on the edge of your seat, and it's not spoiled. So if it does happen to be a black screen for 45 minutes or something, letting it run for a little bit would be very much appreciated. But I'd rather that we react together and enjoy this postseason. So here we go. Game 1, round 1, first period. Sharks and Oilers. Bad blood between these two teams, and the Sharks are looking to keep their Stanley Cup champion status and defend their championship from the year prior. First period ends 1-0 Sharks. It's Owen Pickering, shorthanded, to open it up for us. I knew keeping Pickering and Kniazev would be a good thing. I thought that it was going to result in a trade, but it didn't, and here we are. We didn't force it, and that's a big goal right there to open up the postseason. Owen Pickering, picked up from the Penguins in our first season at the helm, and he has been a great piece this whole series. Second period, no scoring. Shots 24-19 for the Oilers, and we are up by 1 headed into this third period now. This is a more experienced team, still lots of young players. Dylan Larkin, the $12+ million man, makes it 2-0. This is a more experienced team, even though it's young. A lot of these players, most of these guys have a Stanley Cup ring. Some of them have 2, and here, there's McDavid. Mr. 50 goals scores late to make it a 1-goal game here. 2 minutes to go, and LeBlanc, the former Shark, ties it up. And we're headed to overtime. The Oilers pushed late. Shots end 37-31 in Edmonton's favor. 2 goals within about 3.5 minutes of each other in the final 6 minutes. And that's really unfortunate. This game's tied as we head into overtime. The overalls here, 97, 95, 92 for the Sharks, 93, 86, 77 for the Oilers on offense and defense respectively. So we definitely lead, but again, it doesn't matter. Here we are 2-2 in overtime. Game 1 in San Jose in the Shark Tank. Whoever gets the first goal will put their team up 1-0 in this first round. This is perfect. I have so much energy for play-by-play. Too bad it's so hard to watch. If this was a live stream, it would be even better. Samu Ranta, Mr. 51 goals. He gets hit by Darnell Nurse. Nurse up to McDavid. Here's Connor to Draisaitl. Stopped by Hornquist, and he'll hang on. Now Ricky Brain's out there, number 87. He's getting second pair minutes here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Here we go. Bedard with some speed past Nurse. Bedard on net. Jones will stop that rather easily, but once again, offensive zone faceoff. Cody Glass the dot here against Kotkaniemi, who came in at a trade deadline pickup. Mikola gets it. Here's Rodin with a nice lane. Oh, big kick save from Hunter Jones as Kotkaniemi won the draw, but Mikola in front. Mikola can't get it with his stick lifted. Great pass there across from Carcillo. Alex Formenton over the blue line. Gets bumped by a couple players. Still has possession. Gets it to Kotkaniemi in the middle. He's hit hard by Mikola Smith. Formenton backhand blocked by Brain. Kotkaniemi slow to get up. Brain in the corner. He's board pinned. Kotkaniemi staying out there. Now it's kicked over to Rodin. Let's get change up. Change up. Here we go. Rodin up the ice. Killing some time. Very good. Gets it now. Here's Cunnin who picks it up as he comes off the bench. Luke Cunnin, 30+ points as a fourth liner. One-timer in front. That's blocked by an Oilers player. One time once more! Glove save, Hunter Jones. Great slap shot there. Was it Haikila on the doorstep, or in the slot rather? Great save. Offensive zone draw for the fourth line, and Madden wins it back. Here's Haikila with possession now to Madden. Madden, nice toe save from Hunter Jones. Tyler Madden, known to be an overtime hero back in our Flyers franchise mode in NHL 22. Broberg up to Noah Gregor, the former Shark. He has some space. Blocker save Hornquist. Hughes gives it away. LeBlanc to Gregor scores! What are you doing, you pilot? Oh, ugly. Of course, it's the two former Sharks linking up. LeBlanc to Gregor. Oh, we dominated that overtime, and the Oilers win it. Noah Gregor, there he is. Nobody wanted to cover him, no problem. Bad giveaway from Hughes as well. Oh, man, too bad. Oilers definitely fought hard, but we had the better overtime performance. But the shots ended 40-35 in their favor, and we dropped that one 3-2 in overtime. So a tough overtime loss to start off this postseason. Last postseason, I forget the exact number. I think it was like 14 out of 19, or is it 23 games we played? So I think it was 14 or 15 out of 23 games that ended within one goal, whether it be overtime or regulation. Head coach can replace that guy down in the AHL. So we'll see, will that be a similar case here as we drop the first game in overtime by a score of 3-2. Game 2 at home. Let's even up the series at home and go back to Edmonton with a best of 5. We cannot drop both games at home. Have a little bit of passion, a little something anger stirring in there after losing at home to start off after a President's Trophy winning season. Let's go. First period of Game 2, 1-0. It's Connor Bedard opening up the scoring. Thank you very much. 13-9, the shots are in our favor after 20. Second period now, 2-0. It's Mikola making it 2-0. I don't think that's his first career playoff goal. Yeah, he must have scored last postseason. It will be Haikila who's looking for his first career postseason goal. Shots 22-21 for the Oilers after 40, and we're up by 2. A nice lead, but I'd like to be 3. Power play Edmonton. It's an extended opportunity, and Connor Bedard scores on the power play. Connor McDavid, excuse me. Of course. Now it's a 1-goal game halfway through the third period. Shots even. Oilers pulling away slightly. Now we have the lead. Now we're pulling away 33-29 with 4 minutes to go. But if Noah Gregor, the former Shark again. Hold on, power play. Sharks late. Oh my goodness. Overtime again. Another 1-goal game now it's going to be. Once again, we blow a 2-0 lead in the third period, no less. And now we're headed to overtime. Shots 33-31 in our favor. 2-2. Overtime once more. Overtime in San Jose once again, just about 48 hours later. Here we are once more. A goal for the Sharks ties the series up at 1, headed back to Edmonton. Hold on, here's Larkin. On net, almost squeezes through the wickets, and Jones will save that one. But a goal for the Oilers would put them up 2-0 in this series. They steal both on the road, and they head back home with the opportunity to go up 3-0 or 3-1 if they can win one of those games. Now, here, offensive zone draw for Dylan Larkin. He's going to tie him up. Ranta gets it. Ooh, short angle shot, and Jones will save that and hang on. Draisaitl into San Jose territory. Nice little one-step there. Gets through the man, but the puck doesn't come with him as it gets tied up in some skates. McDavid locked on him. Draisaitl, McDavid. You can't leave Connor McDavid like that. Beautiful passing by the Oilers. Beautiful passing, and he's all alone on the doorstep as poor Hornqvist is stretching out to try and make a save. And we're down 2-0 in the series just like that. Ooh la la. Connor McDavid is second of the night. Nice pass from Draisaitl, but who's watching this guy? Come on, it's the first pair D out there again. Ridiculous stuff. Shots end 35-32. Of course, 79 overall Hunter Jones is going to make 32 saves. And we drop it again, back-to-back 3-2 overtime losses. Come on now, this is sickening stuff. Back-to-back 3-2 overtime losses, and we head to Edmonton, needing to basically win both of these on the road. We need 2 huge wins. We won 59 games. Come on now. On the road in Edmonton against the 40-33-9 Oilers who are at home. Come on now. Here we go to get ourselves back in this series, and we got to have the top 6, the top 9 scoring more than 2 goals. Against 79 overall Hunter Jones, before drastic changes start coming in. Let's go. I'm giving you guys one more game. It's been tight losses, but you've put yourselves in that position. First period, it's 1-0 Oilers. Ty Smith after 60. Shots 12-3, quadrupling the shots. And we're down 1-0. Second period now, 2-1. Chaz Lucius scores early, then McDavid on the power play, of course. Shots are 26-10. And we're down 2-1. 26-10, we're down 2-1. We need some scoring here in this third period. 1 goal from Chaz Lucius, Draisaitl. 3-1. 3 goals on 12 shots. Amazing. 3 goals on 12 shots. Fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. No life. No life from us with 10 minutes to go, right? Why would we want to push? No problem. No problem. Hey, thank you, Cody Glass. Thanks, Cody. Thanks for the little goal just for fun. Just for kicks. Shots end 41-20. 39 saves from the 79 overall. But Torsten Hornqvist allows 3 goals on like 12 shots. 3 consecutive 3-2 losses. But is this scripted or what? 3-2, 3-2, 3-2. And no one's scoring. Where are our scorers? Ranta, 51 goals. 0, right? 0 points. Larkin, 1 goal. Lucius, 1 goal. Eklund, 0. Bedard, 2 points. Hertl, 2 points. Carcillo, 0. Glass, 2 points. Mikkola, 2 points. Carcillo up. Bedard up. -3. -4 from our Norris Trophy winners. +1, +1, 0, +1. And you, Papa, how are you looking? Not Mr. 90 overall. 902 save percentage. Amazing. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and get swept out of round number 1. Let's do it. Swept out of round 1 as President's Trophy winners. Let's have a nice 3-2 overtime loss to get swept out of it by the Oilers. No! 4 consecutive wins start now. Reverse sweep, gentlemen. Do not go gentle into that good night. First period, there's something. Tomas Hertl makes it 1-0. The captain has a little bit of life in him. Let's go, gentlemen. Second period, remains 1-0. Shots are 22-17 in our favor. And we need to add to this lead. It can't be that we have scored, 2, 4, 6, 7 goals through, 11 periods? 7 goals in 11 periods? Come on now. Third period action. Let's add to this lead. Top 6. Wake up. Ranta. Merci beaucoup. Darnell Nurse, of course, gets one right after. Coucou, réveillez-vous, come on! Ranta gets his first of the postseason after scoring 51 on the year. We're up 2-1. We're just poised for a 3-2 loss. Hold on, Mikkola makes it a 3-1 game. We're up by 2. Thank you, Mr. Mikkola, who has the 3 points in 4 games now. Thank you, doing something on that third line. And are we going to hang on tight? Yes, we will. Shots end 33-26. And we have a little bit of life in here as we finally score 3 goals. We finally get 3 past the 79 overall. Ooh. 25 saves from Hornquist, a goal and 5 hits from Ranta, goal from Tomas Hertl. There we go. There's the first step. 1 down, 3 to go. 1 down, 3 to go. I will accept nothing less. 1 down, 3 to go. I'm not even going to... I don't know. Actually, I will stop because I just want to look at Mikkola. I might try and get him up somewhere. I don't know. Mikkola, buddy, you're actually doing something, so thank you. Hertl, what are you up to? You got 1 goal, 2 assists. Mikkola, 2 goals, 1 assist, +5. But the third line's doing okay. So, Eklund, forget it. But the third line's doing okay. I might keep them like that. -2, -2, -2 on that fourth line. Amazing. Haikila? Should Haikila come up with his 5-star puck skills? 93 passing versus Eklund and his 89 passing. Why the heck not? Ranta, Bedard, Lucius, Carcillo, Larkin, Hertl, Haikila, Glass, Mikkola. Let's just put the puck on Mikkola's stick. The big man's just going to skate through everybody. Let's do it. Not stopping for a second. That's how disgusted I am. I will sim, and we will win. There is no other option. Let's go. Reverse sweep continues. 1 down, 3 to go. Back at home in front of the fans. Let's do it. Game 5. First period. Peak, Draisaitl, and Gruden. 3 goals on 9 shots. Yep. 3 goals on 9 shots. There you go. 90 overall with this sub-800 save percentage almost. Okay, hang on. Hughes and then Haikila. Thank you, Haikila, on that third line is first. And then Tomas Hertl. Okay, and then Mikkola makes it 4-3. Hold on tight. Hold on. We're up by 1 halfway through this third period. Shots are 22-11. Power play Oilers. We kill it off. Hold on now. It's a second period, by the way. I didn't sim through it because we just kept scoring. Hold on, and the period ends 4-3. My goodness. That's what we've been looking for, gentlemen. 4-3 Sharks after 40 with 4 goals coming in the second period. Do not go gentle. Third period now. Fight for this one in front of the home fans. Power play Sharks. Let's get a little bit of a lead going now. Let's go. Let's give them something to be excited about. Who's going to go out there? It's fourth line William Eklund, making it 5-3. There are the line changes. Yes, 2. Do I have to become the coach of this team? GM data comes down from the stands, throwing sticks everywhere. Avery, you're the coach? What are these lines? Eklund scores twice. Haikila scores. Mikkola scores. Hertl scores. After going down 3-0, the Sharks win this one 6-3. Shots 31-25. 2 down, 2 to go. Eklund scores twice. Haikila goal and assist. And Habsheed comes in and makes 17 saves in place of Hornquist, who let in 3 goals on 9 shots. Hornquist, you're done, buddy. You're done. That's what we got to do, I guess. There's the next change. If it wasn't for Habsheed coming in, making 17 consecutive saves, we may have not been able to get that lead that we got. Back to the goaltending. Let's see this. Hornquist, buddy, Mr. 90 overall, 896 save percentage. Salut la visite, mon ami. Don Habsheed, get in there. Get in there, former first-round pick. The 22-year-old will be trusted with our season. Hornquist, last couple games, have not been impressed. I'm not saying goodbye, but I'm saying take a night off. Habsheed's the hot hand. Let's do it. 6-3 victory. It's now a 3-2 series for the Oilers. 2 down, 2 to go. Back at Rogers Place now. Here we go. We lost game 3 and won game 4 at Rogers Place. So the Oilers are going to have some confidence in here. They know how to win. Plus, they want to end it in front of the home fans. We lost in 6 back in year number 4. Here we go, game 6. Not making any more changes in this one aside from Don Habsheed getting the first start, the first postseason start of his NHL career. Gentlemen, he went out there, made 17 consecutive saves, gave you the opportunity to win last game. Go out there, give him the same thing. Put up the offense in front of him, let him feel comfortable, allow him to do what he did last game, and let's push this to 7. Here we go. First period in Edmonton for game 6, 2-1 Oilers. McDavid scores early, then Alex Nylander on the fourth line gets another. Mikkola, our hero so far. Tyrvainen's in nets right now. He gets one for us by the end of the period to give us a little bit of momentum. Shots are 10-9 for the Oilers after 20, and we're down by 1. Second period, 4-2. Huge period. Connor Bedard on the power play. Boris Kalinin and William Eklund, who has 3 goals in 2 games on the fourth line now. Ridiculous stuff. Ridiculous. Shots are 28-19 in our favor, and we're up by 2, head into the third. Add to this. Power play goal, Yamamoto. 3 goals on 20 shots past Habsheed. No, Grigor! What's with the penalties? Giving up another power play goal. Hold on, pause this. Was it a power play goal in the first as well? No, 2 even strength and 2 power play. Who's taking the Kalinin high sticking? If it was a minor, was there a major at the end of the second period? Can I see second period? Was there elbowing minor? Okay, elbowing minor at the end. 5 seconds left in the second period, then a high sticking minor right there. So back-to-back power play goals there. Again, blowing a 2-goal lead in the third period. Shots just 30-24 in our favor. 4-4 game halfway through the third period. Power play Sharks. Here we go. Killed off by the Oilers. Outshooting them by 10 plus. 5 minutes to go here. Oh my goodness. Power play Oilers. It's Chaz Lucius scoring as it expires. And Tursillo has the empty netter. We're headed to 7. Oh my goodness. I thought we were finished with the power play goal. A power play opportunity for the Oilers late in the third period. Who took this one? Mikkola, tripping minor with 3:56 to go. Oh my goodness. So the penalty ended at 1:56. Lucius 1 second after they expired. So basically a shorthanded goal from Lucius to put us ahead. And Carcillo adds the empty netter. Shots and 38-30. Chad Lucius, he is him. Mikkola, a goal and 2 assists. This match's ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, we've pushed it to 7. It's the chocolate eggs. It's the chocolate eggs coursing through my veins. 7 points in 6 games from Mikkola. We are 1 game away from pulling off the reverse sweep, but it is not over yet. Let me check this out quickly. William Eklund, let me see you, buddy. Who have you become now? Who are you, man? William Eklund, 3 goals in 6 games, with 3 coming in 2 games as a fourth liner. How's it going over here? Madden has 4 assists. Kind of no points for him, playing 641 per night. Understandable. Mikkola has 7 points on the third line. Glass has 5. Haikila only 2, but that's all right. Thomas Hertl 4, Larkin 4, Carcillo 2, Lucius 5, Bedard 5, and Ranta 1 goal in 6 games. Ridiculous. What can I do for, I almost switch Ranta and Mikkola if it didn't seem to be a magic formula. We've won 3 in a row, so I'm going to keep it as is. Quinn Hughes, he's at a -1 now, -2, 0 for Rodin, +1 for Brain, +7 for Kniazev and Pickering. These guys are unstoppable. I loved Kniazev and Pickering. I might just try and keep them until they retire. These guys are brothers. Kniazev and Pickering. And Habsheed in his small experience, 914 save percentage. Let's go. You're staying in there, buddy. Don Habsheed. He was getting a little wonky at times, but the scoring came through. Lucius with that huge game-winning goal. There's nothing else to say. Game 7. We've come back down 3-0. 3 consecutive 3-2 losses. Perhaps fraudulent wins by the Oilers? I don't want to call them frauds. I'm definitely not calling them frauds after what they've done to us. But I'm saying the wins themselves in such tight fashion. Maybe it should have been a different series if a few bounces went a different way. We have now scored 6 goals in back-to-back games, so we have an opportunity to end it here. Game 7 in San Jose. Either we lose in 7, with the Oilers eliminating us in the first round for the second time in 5 years, or we beat the Oilers for the second time in, 9 years, and punch our ticket to round number 2. It all comes down to this. Game 7 in the Shark Tank. After 3 consecutive victories, controller's going to go down, and the game is simulating. Mikkola! I'm going to turn into the Hulk! 1-0 Sharks! He is the Hulk, 6'5". Mikkola scores early. 8 points in 7 games from him. 1-0. Make it. Yes! He's ridiculous! He's ridiculous! Carry Mikkola! I'm jumping around the room! Mikkola! I'm the bunny rabbit with all the chocolate eggs in me! Mikkola gets a first period hat trick! In Game 7, is he the Iceman? The Hulk comes through and blasts 3 goals in 20 minutes of play. It's 3-0 Sharks. I did a little jig around the room. It's not over yet, but just for Mikkola. What a performance. Shots are 13-11 after 20. We're up 3-0 thanks to the first period Game 7 hat trick from Kari Mikkola. Second period power play. Luke Kunin gets like his second point of the postseason, playing 6 minutes a night, scoring on the power play. What's he doing on the power play? And then he just gets another! This guy had nothing! He scores twice. One of our oldest players, our veteran players, scores twice! Mikkola 3, Kunin 2. Forget the top 6! Shots are 27-21 after 40, and we're up 5-0. Here in this third period, the Oilers are going to need a huge rally. Tomas Hertl, the captain, he's going to put it away. Oh my goodness, I can't believe we did this. I cannot believe we did this. I hope everyone is shocked. Leave a like if you're shocked. I don't know what. Rodin adds in. Down 3-0. They were frauds. I'm going ahead and saying it. They were frauds. Those 3-2 victories were fraudulent. We win 4 in a row, capped off by a 7-0, 34 save shutout from Don Habsheed. Mikkola the hat-trick, Kunin 2 goals. What ridiculous storylines these are. Don't forget Torsten. Don, come in here, Don. Bring it in. 7-0 to close it out in Game 7. 7 goals and 10 points for Kari Mikkola through the first round. And we are through, ladies and gentlemen. We are through. Do you believe it? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I'm going to need a breather in a second, but not just yet. It's the chocolate eggs. Oh my goodness. I was ready to wrap it up and go upstairs and watch the Canadiens and the Islanders. Mikkola, 10 points in 7 games, plus 14. Cody Glass, point per game, plus 10. Larkin, 6 points. It drops off after there. Hertl, 5. Lucius and Bedard, also 5. Hughes, Haikila, Kalinin, Madden, all with 4. Eklund, Carcillo, Rodin with 3. Kunin had 0 points in 6 games, gets 2 goals in Game 7. Pickering, 2 points, plus 9. Ranta, 2 points, negative 1. That's what I don't like. Canadiens have 2 assists and a plus 9 as well. Amazing. Ricky Brain, 1 assist, plus 3. Don Habsheed, bring it in, buddy. 3-0-0. With a shutout, a .950 save percentage, and 1.45 goals against average. Do you believe in miracles? Don Habsheed, wow. Let me take a breather here for a second, and then let's rest up for as much as we can. Emotions are high, adrenaline's flowing after those games, scoring 6, 7 goals. Let's take a breather, and we'll get ready for round number 2. So here we are ready for round number 2 now, and you may have seen it in round number 2. We will be facing the Vancouver Canucks. Now, Vancouver may have done us a favor eliminating LA. I think they finished, 3rd in the NHL? 4th, something like that. They were our biggest competition in the West, but we have a tough history with the Canucks. We've only played them once in our entire franchise mode series so far. That was last season, also in round number 2. They had us on the ropes. They were the toughest opponent that we had of all 4 on our way to the Stanley Cup. I think we were down either 3-1 or 3-2 at one point. We fought back hard and we won in 7 games. That was a really crazy series. So here we are now facing them again 1 year later in round number 2 once more. Let's see what their lineup looks like a year later. First line, Garland, in 93 overall, Elias Pettersson, and 90 overall, Nick Suzuki. Whew, they got him in free agency. That's going to be a big game changer. Nick Suzuki, who went out and scored 87 points this season. With Elias Pettersson, who had 10 points in 6 games against the Kings and 83 points on the season. Oh boy, this is going to be a tough one. Höglander, Lekkerimäki, and Besser on that second line. Dylan Holloway, Barrett Hayton, and Matthew Knees on that third line. Very interesting lineup. And Cooley, Oscar Bach, and Sami Blais on the fourth line. Excuse me, I'm messing up my words here. Ivan Provorov with Esa Tukkanen, who was the 31st overall pick in 2024 on the first pair. Ryan O'Rourke and Ryan Lindgren on the second pair. Oliver Shillington and Robert Hagg on the third pair. So I wouldn't say the defense is as strong. That first forward line is deadly. Between the pipes, they have Thatcher Demko still up there, 88 overall. What did he do this season? He didn't play much, actually. Maybe due to injury or something. And his numbers weren't that great either. But in the postseason here, numbers aren't that great here either. So goaltending and defense, with Kochetkov backing him up, by the way. Goaltending and defense, maybe we can try and break through there. But for the forwards, crazy core here. 10 points in 6 games for Pettersson, 10 points in 6 games for Suzuki, 8 points for Höglander, 4 for Lekkerimäki, 8 for Besser, 6 for Hayton with 4 goals, 5 for Holloway. So it's a strong forward core, and hopefully we can capitalize on the slightly weaker defense and, on paper, according to the stats, goaltending. But the overall of Thatcher Demko does scare me as well. We're going to keep the lineup exactly how it's been. We have no reason to change anything. Making sure that Habschied is still starting for us. But Mikola's been killing it in his third line role. William Eklund as a fourth liner, great, no problem. I might just turn auto-rotate goalie off at this point as well, unless something changes. Lindgren's also sitting there as third goalie if need be. But here we go. Game 1, round 2 against the Vancouver Canucks. It was a tight 7-game series last year, and here we are ready to do it again. They took down the Kings in 6, a very strong team, so we have to put some respect on their names. They went 42, 30, and 10 on the season, but a big 4-2 win against the Kings in round 1. So, first period, game 1, round 2 in San Jose. First period ends 1-0 Vancouver. It's Nils Höglander scoring. They're doubling our shots 12-6, and we're down 1-0 after 20. Justin Carcillo ties it up early. Then Elias Pettersson comes right back on the power play. Oh, that power play barely started. Second period ends 2-2 as Quinn Hughes, against his former team, the team that let him go to free agency. He won a Stanley Cup with Vancouver back in the early years of this franchise mode, but left in free agency, signed a huge deal with us. He has a Stanley Cup ring, 3 consecutive Norris trophies, possibly a 4th, and he just scored a big goal to tie this game up. Shots are 23-17 for the Canucks after 40. This game's tied at 2, but Tomas Hertl, the captain, gives us our first lead of the night as we're now up 3-2. Shots still slightly in Vancouver's favor. Power play Canucks now killed off halfway through the third. They're pulling away in the shots, but now at even strength, we should be able to get back in there. 5 minutes to go. Power play Vancouver again now. This time, we're still actually killing it off. My apologies. And it's a 3-2 victory. I was ready to say this time they capitalized. I thought I saw a flicker of something. But we hang on for the big victory. Shots end 34-28 for the Canucks, but we win 3-2 the final. Tomas Hertl, the captain, gets the game-winning goal, and Don Habschied makes 32 saves to get first-star honors. Carcillo and Hughes also a goal and an assist apiece. No respect for Tomas Hertl getting the game winner, but we'll take it. That's okay. 11 points in 8 games for Mikola now. And again, a 3-2 scoreline as we win game 1. By the way, if you're curious, Winnipeg and Dallas, the other series in the West. And the East right now, it's Penguins, Panthers, and Canadiens, Lightning. Very interesting. The Habs, the strongest team in the Eastern Conference. So maybe it's a collision course for whoever comes out of the West with them over in the East. No reason to change anything aside from turning off auto goalie rotate. I'm going to make sure Habschied is staying there permanently unless we want to change something later. Don Habschied, man. 947 save percentage, 1.6 goals against average through 4 games, 4 wins. I'm not expecting perfection and demigod status from him, but I am very impressed. I just got to make sure the scoring keeps it up, because he can't always allow only 2 a night. The nights that he allows 4, like we saw against Edmonton, we got to score 5, 6. Make sure that offense keeps coming. So 3 goals is nice, but let's aim for more here in Game 2 at home of Round 2. Let's hit it. First period action, 2-2 game after 20. Holloway opens it up. Haikila ties it up. Ranta, thank goodness, just his second of the postseason, makes it a 2-1 game for us. But then Robert Hagg, of all players, ties it up with 3:33 to go. Shots are 21-10. We got more than a shot per minute. 31 shots in the first 20 minutes. Tied at 2 after 20. Second period, 3-2. It's Tukkanen who scores for the Canucks. We're out shooting Vancouver 29-21. We had 8 shots that period after 21 in the first period. We're down by 1 after 40. A 3-2 scoreline. It's haunting me. Power play for the Sharks, and Chaz Lucius ties it up at 3. We're still on the power play. Let's add another. Extended. Super extended. And that's eventually killed off. It's Kochetkov who's between the pipes now for the Canucks. Shots are 38-28. And Lekarimaki scores. We're down by 1 late. Do we have a hero with 2 minutes to go? Final minute, 11 seconds. No. Oh. And Habschi takes his first loss. I gotta blame the forwards on that one. Come on now. Look at these. Major and then a minor. Come on. We gotta capitalize. Shots end 42-29. But we lose 4-3. That one goal from Lekarimaki ends up being the game winner. Come on, boys. We gotta. That's exactly what I was saying. When the night happens and he allows 4, we can't only be scoring 3. We're a good enough offense that we gotta score 4 as well, or 5 in overtime, something like that. Another 1-goal game, and this series is tied at 1, as we will now make it a best of 5, headed back to Rogers Arena for Game 3 of this series. Not going to touch anything. Let's keep it as it's been. Let's see some top 6 scoring. I'm thinking about moving Mikkola into that top 6 soon. He's been amazing on the third line. I don't want to mess up too much. But no one's doing much. I haven't seen Bedard. I haven't seen Larkin. I haven't seen Ranta. Very little of Lucius. Let's go. First period, 1-0 Vancouver. It's Elias Pettersson on the power play. We can't allow these power plays. It's Pettersson now. It was McDavid before. Come on. Second period, 3-1. Power play Lucius, that's great. But then back and Provorov. That late backbreaker. Shots end 25-21 for the Canucks through 40 minutes. And we're down by 2 headed into this third period. We need scoring, especially at even strength. Come on, boys. Let's get even strength scoring here. Nothing through the first 10 minutes. Shots 33-23 for the Canucks. Power play Vancouver. Killed off, but we're still not scoring any of our own. Under 5 to go. Don't tell me it's going to be a 3-2 scoreline. Final few seconds, and that's it. 3-1 the final. They had so many more shots this time. Shots end 41-27. After winning Game 1, we dropped back-to-back games. Demko first star honors. He was going to steal one. It's understandable, but still. Down 2-1 in this series now. Yeah, Mikko has been cold for a couple games, but I'm not going to blame him. You got to look at the rest of the guys here. So we're going to make a few changes. Let's see. Ranta, Bedard, Lucius. Ranta with 2 goals and 1 assist, -4. You're out of there. Bedard, 6 points. Lucius, 7 points. Carcillo, 6. 9 points from Larkin, the playmaker. Hurdle, 4 goals. Let's go Larkin and Hurdle on the first line. Let's keep Lucius there. Yeah, let's maybe try going Hurdle, Larkin, Lucius. Carcillo, Bedard, Ranta. Would we do that? Maybe Ranta to the third line even. I know he's our 50-goal scorer, but -4, 2 goals. Let's try Mikkola maybe with Bedard and Carcillo, who has 2 goals, 4 assists, and is a +7. Then Glass sticks here. Ranta, Glass, Haikila on the third line maybe. Cunnin still nothing, Madden nothing, and Eklund 2 assists since the start of this second round. -1, -3 on the first pair, +2, +2 on the second pair, +9, +9 on the third pair. Ridiculous. And of course, Habschi still between the pipes. Okay, let's try that for the forwards. We'll keep everything else. Let's try that for the forwards, get some goal scoring going. Larkin, the playmaker, with Hurdle and Lucius on his wings. Hurdle has 4 goals, Lucius has 4 goals as well. So let's see if Larkin can playmake for them, with Mikkola playing with Bedard and Carcillo. Maybe Mikkola plays with Larkin, playmaking link up there. But I'll give them a game like that. Mikkola second to third line. So here we go, down 2-1 in this series at Rogers Arena, still there after tight 4-3 and 3-1 losses. We have scored 4 goals in the last 2 games after scoring, what, 20 in games 5, 6, and 7 against the Oilers. Let's do it. Game 4 of round 2 here at Rogers Arena in Vancouver. First period, 1-1. Eklund on that fourth line. There he is. And Matthew Knies scoring his first of the series past Habsheed. 1-1 after 20. Second period, 2-1 Vancouver. Matthew Knies again. Power play goal. Shots are 25-14. And we're down by 1 after 40. Third period, I'm looking at that top 6. I am staring at that top 6 with changes coming in the offseason. Let's go now. Down by 1 in the third. This is the time where the big dogs have to come out hungry. Power play Vancouver. Power play San Jose. There we go. It's Carcillo on the power play from a weird spot, tying this game at 2. Final comment. Chaz Lucius on that first line. Let's go. His 5th of the postseason. And that'll be enough to win it. Another 3-2 score line. Woo, and it's a huge third period effort from Carcillo and Lucius. Shots end 37-26. And we win this one 3-2 with 2 big third period goals. And Tyler Madden with 2 assists. He has 6 points in, 12 games now? Mr. Postseason Tyler Madden. A 7th round pick it took to get him. It was worth every penny of that 7th round pick. Whew, and this series is now tied at 5. Did we win or lose down in the AHL? We lost. Yikes, 7-2. We're out in the postseason down here in the AHL, unfortunately. Point per game from Mikkola, now 11 points in 11 games. Hasn't scored in a few games, but we win this one 3-2, and we are tied at 2. It is now a best of 3. 2 games at home for us out of those 3. We have to capitalize. We need a big win at home. Lines will stay as they have been, but Bedard, Ranta, please, I am begging you to score some goals out here. These tight games are making me go crazy. First period at home, 2-1. Lindgren and Blaze score. Then, of course, it's Kari Mikkola who scores for us. 2 goals on 6 shots past Habsheed. Come on. Shots are 15-6 in our favor after 20, and we're down by 1. Second period. 4 goals on 17 shots. Shots are 24-17. Oh my goodness. 5 goals on 18 shots past Habsheed. And we dropped this one at home in disgusting fashion. Disgusting fashion. Hurdle adds 1 late just for fun. Once again, not only in this postseason, but against the Canucks. On the brink of elimination. Game 6. In Vancouver. Oh my goodness. Are we going to make more changes? Where's the offense out here? Eklund on the 4th line seems to be someone who wants to stay on this team. Anybody else want to stay on this team? Eklund, 6 points in 12 games now. What's up over here? Hurdle scored a goal last game. That's great. Larkin a goal and 9 assists. 5 goals, 5 assists. Lucius has scored. 3 and 5 for Carcillo. 2 goals for Connor Bedard is absolutely disgusting. Mikkola with 8 goals and 4 assists is ridiculous. I would almost put Mikkola on the first line just to get him playing with Larkin. Or do I switch Larkin here? No. Mikkola's going first line with Hurdle. Let's do that. Oh, you know what? Let's go Bedard and Lucius. Yeah, Carcillo, Bedard, Lucius, Hurdle, Larkin, Mikkola. How about that? Ranta, Glass, Haikila staying on the 3rd line. Haikila 6 points, Glass 8 points. 3 points, -6 for Samu Ranta. Eklund, get up here, buddy. But actually, Madden's been great with him. But he was great even before him. Yeah, Eklund, Glass, Haikila, Ranta. Who would have thought that Mr. 51 goals is on the 4th line and Mikkola is on the 1st? Who would have thunk it? Defense, -3, -5, +3, +3, +9, +9. Rodin, buddy, you've been waiting for the first pair? Welcome. We're going Brain and Kalinin on the 2nd pair, Hughes and Rodin on the 1st, Kniazev Pickering on the 3rd, Kalinin and Hughes just not doing it for us right now. Habsheed, you've been shaky, but I'm riding with him. I'm riding with Don Habsheed. I'd almost go Philip Lindgren, but I'm riding with Don Habsheed. This is it. Game 6, round 2. So on the brink of elimination, and speaking of elimination, I just saw over in the Eastern Conference, the final will be between the 2 Florida squads. It'll be the Battle of Florida as the Panthers take down the Penguins in 5, and the Lightning take down the Canadians in 5. Huge series there for the Lightning taking down the Habs just in 5 games. Second best team in the league. We are now down 3-2 against the Canucks, and the Stars are down 3-2 against the Jets. The Jets have had a lot of Western Conference success last few years, but we're not ready to wrap it up just yet. After a tough 5-2 heartbreaker at home, we're now on the road in Vancouver to push it to 7. Small lineup changes: Eklund and Ranta swapping, Rodin and Kalinin swapping, Habsheed still our man between the pipes. Let's do it. Let's push it to 7. And let's see some scoring, for goodness sake. First period, 2-0. Thank you very much. Carcillo opens it up, and Dylan Larkin, with his second of the postseason, makes it 2-0 after 20. Let's keep this rolling now. 2 per period, boys. Let's go. Besser scores early in the second to make it a 1-goal game. Second period ends 5-1. Power play goal from Cunnin. William Eklund up on that third line. He has some passion after he got a little wake-up call. And Kniazev on that third pair. I love that third pair. We're more than doubling the shots, 29-14, and we're up 5-1. These are the games that we need to see every night, that we have seen. Carcillo makes it 6-1 with a power play goal, his second of the night. Where are these games on a nightly basis? Extended power play killed off by the Canucks. Shots 38-18, more than 20 shots now more in our favor. Power play for us late again. And there you have it. Another series going to 7 shots and 40-19 as we win this one 6-1 the final. 2 goals from Carcillo, a goal and assist from Larkin, and William Eklund. He's been doing it wherever we've put him. A goal and an assist from him. So you know what? If we go out on our terms. We push it to 7. We did what we could. Big 6-1 victory. I'm proud of this squad. 3-3 series over in the other series in the West as well. So tight Western Conference, while the East seems a bit more wide open between the Lightning and the Panthers now with their respective series victories. Nothing else to touch, nothing else to say. Just looking at the lineup quickly, maybe a little motivational speech here for the boys here in San Jose. What do I see when I look around at this one? I see 37-year-old Tomas Hertl. I see him. You know what else I see? I see almost 1,300 games dedicated to this team, to this franchise. I see almost 1,000 points. I see 2 Stanley Cup rings, and I see 1 as captain. That's what I see. What else do I see when I look around this room? I see Dylan Larkin, 34 years of age, leaves Detroit on their trade block on an expiring deal, comes to San Jose, ties the league lead for points, wins the Hart Trophy, wins the Ted Lindsay, gets his $12.25 million contract for 3 years. I see him. And now his 2 goals and 10 assists. I see him. I see Mikola, a 5th round pick, who's giving us first-line quality in his sophomore season with 8 goals and 14 points through 13 games. I see Justin Carcillo, another player who was on Detroit's trade block that we got here in his sophomore season. 63 points and 31 goals at 21 years of age. I see you. I see Cody Glass at the age of 32, left for dead in free agency, picked up by the Sharks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In his 8th season, 2 Stanley Cup rings later, and probably about 300 points later as well. I see you at 32 years of age with 8 points. I see Tyler Madden picked up for a 7th round pick with 6 assists. I see Luke Cunnin, who's been our 13th forward, 4th line guy for 9 years now. I see Nico Haikila in his rookie season, a 7th round pick in 2028. I see Quinn Hughes. I see Rodin, Kalinin, Brain, Kniazev, and Pickering, 8 years together. Longer than many relationships you would think in the world. I see Don Habsheed, 28th overall pick in 2026. With 6 wins so far. Gentlemen, look to your left, look to your right. This is not only a team that has fought together for years, built on the shoulders of giants like Hertl, and even further back, Marlowe, Thornton, Logan Couture, Erik Karlsson. Not only built on their shoulders, but now built on your shoulders. You, gentlemen, are the past, present, and future of this squad. Connor Bedard, I'm counting on you. Chaz Lucius, I'm counting on you. Quinn Hughes, I'm counting on you. Game 7, round 2, 1 year later in the same position against the same team in the same round, at home in front of the home fans. Let's show this city what we've got. Game 7. Nothing left to say. Controller down. Let's do it. After a huge Game 7 in round 1, let's see if we can show up for Game 7 again here in round 2. Back, opens it up. But then Connor Bedard answers the call, ties it up on the power play. 1-1 game through 10 minutes. Very good. Power play, Vancouver, 5-on-3. Huge penalty kill. Well done. Well done. Couple minutes left in this first period, and it'll end. Shots 13-10 in our favor, and this game is tied at 1 after 20. We have 40 more minutes to make it count, gentlemen. 40 more minutes. Second period begins now. Out on the ice, and Samu Ranta! There's that fourth line magic! We kill off the power play as well for Vancouver. We have a power play of our own now, killed off, and we're back to even strength. Hugh and Tomas Hertl, the captain on our first line, puts us up by 2. Ran to that fourth line, ridiculous stuff in that fourth line. And Boris Kalinin on that second defensive pair gets a little jump that he's been needing. This is the second period that we've been looking for. 3 goals over the span of, 13 minutes? Shots are 24-20 in our favor, and we're up by 3. It's not over yet. Third period. We were down 3-0 in round 1. We won in Game 7. We were down 3-2 in round number 2. Here we are in Game 7. 1 period away from our 5th consecutive Western Conference final. Gentlemen, the stage is yours. Go ahead and make history. Third period action. Power play for the Canucks. We kill that one off nicely. Mikkola! Go, Kari Mikkola! Makes it, what's that, his 9th of the postseason. We're up by 4. Extended power play for the Canucks. Very extended. We kill it off. Power play of our own with 5 minutes to go. And what a wrap. Game 6-7, that's where we like to play. 7-0 in round 1. 5-1 in round 2, and once again, we come back in dramatic fashion to defeat the Canucks in the second round. Shots end tied at 30. 29 saves from Habshi. That's the man we fell in love with. Ranta on the fourth line gets a goal and assist, and the captain, with a goal and an assist, pushes us to our 5th consecutive Western Conference final. 5 years in a row that we win the President's Trophy. 5 years in a row that we make it to the Western Conference final or further. And we can see in this series, the Stars also fight back from down 3-2, and they are through to the Western Conference final. We will see them in a couple days. Let's check out the point totals through 2 rounds. I gotta take a breather, and then we'll get into the Western Conference final. 15 points, 9 goals for Kari Mikkola through 14 games. Larkin point per game. Hertl and Lucius both with 12. Carcillo 11. Bedard scored his 3rd goal finally, 9 points for him. Eklund 5 goals, 8 points. Look at that. Quinn Hughes 8 points from him. Glass with 8. Madden 7 assists from Tyler Madden through 14 games. Ranta 6 points, -5. Haikila 6. Kalinin 5 points, -4. Rodin 5 points +6. Very nice. Kniazev 4 points +10. What about Pickering? 2 points +11. Cunnin with 3 goals in 14 games. Ricky Brain 1 assist and a +5. Goaltending, Habsheed's numbers now at a .923 save percentage. 7-3-0 with a shutout. 2.26 goals against average. Let's rest up, as I said. I gotta take a breather, grab some water, maybe a chocolate egg, and we'll get ready for the Western Conference final. So here we go for year number 6, and we will be facing the Dallas Stars. Now, we have only faced Dallas once throughout this entire franchise mode series, and it was in very similar circumstances to right now. The last time we faced Dallas was in year number 6. 1 year after winning the Stanley Cup in year number 5. So year number 5, we win the Stanley Cup. Year number 6, we get eliminated by the Dallas Stars in the Western Conference Final in 6 games. Now, here we are, the defending Stanley Cup champions once more, facing the Dallas Stars in the Western Conference. So this whole postseason been facing our demons here. The first round was going through Edmonton, who last eliminated us last time we saw them in the first round. Now we're facing Dallas. Last time we saw them, they eliminated us in the 3rd round. We just defeated Vancouver. Last time we saw them, they gave us a crazy run for our money in the round number 2 of last season. So everywhere we turn, we're facing our demons here. Maybe that's the title of this episode, something along those lines. But here we go against Dallas a few years down the road. Let's see how their squad looks after previously beating us in 6 in 2028, I believe it was. Dallas Stars, it is Jason Robertson, Mark Scheifele, and this guy Sean Eckford on their first line. So J-Rob, 7 points in 13 games for him, 10 points for Scheifele at an 81. Eckford is a former first-round pick who has 8 points in 13 games as a 77 overall. All right. Second line, Mangiapane, Perfetti, and Isaac Roseyan. Third line, Elias Anderson, Jack Studnicka, and Colton Sauer, former second-round pick. Fourth line, Jack Roslovic, Andrew Kopp, and Tyler Benson. Defense, Miro Heiskanen as a 90 overall, 12 points in 13 games from him. Raimo Piorala, first-round pick of defensive defenseman in 2024. Second pair is Luke Setaguchi, perhaps related to Devin Setaguchi, Sharks legend. 5 points for him. Fifth overall pick in 2029. He's paired with a 77 overall Sean Walker. Third pair, 75 overall Norm Baquez with Leon Bichel. Between the pipes, is it still Jake Ottinger? Correct. He is an 88 overall now who has incredible numbers through 13 games, and he's backed up by Braden Cruz. No big scratches. Wyatt Johnson, 80 overall. He's there. A great player in the real world. Never really panned out here. So J-Rob, Scheifele, Heiskanen, crazy goaltending from Ottinger. This is a very strong team that is here for a reason. Coming off of the Western Conference final win against the Jets in 7 games after being down 3-2. I can see in the top right corner they beat the Jets 5-4 in Game 7. And in Round 1, they took down the Blackhawks in 6 games. Interesting. So Sharks and Stars were in our 5th consecutive Western Conference final. We are 2-2 in our last 4 visits. And over in the East, it is New Jersey. It is Tampa Bay and Florida. No changes. We're going to keep Rant on the 4th line. We're going to keep Habsheet as our goaltender. We're going to keep the rest of the lines as they have been and make changes as they become necessary, if they become necessary. Against the 45-29-8 Dallas Stars. Round 3, Game 1. We've been here before at home. We always seem to start the series slow. Then games 6, 7, that's when we want to show up and score 5, 6, 7 goals. Let's show Jake Ottinger's who's in charge. Let's put a strong offensive performance on the table and let Dallas know that we mean business. First period, 1-0 Dallas after 20. Andrew Kopp, 9 or 8 overall on the 4th line center. He scores the goal. Shots 12-7 in our favor after 20. We're down by 1. Second period, quick goal from Rodin, 15 seconds in. Amazing. Then Mangiapane scores a minute and 40 seconds later. No scoring since that point. 24-19 are the shots in our favor, and we're down by 1 after 40. Same as after the first period. Let's go third period action. Only Rodin scoring a goal through 40 minutes. Power play, it's Samu Ranta scoring a nice power play goal to tie this game up. Exactly what we need to see. Power play Dallas, 5-on-3, 5-on-4. We kill off a huge penalty from a couple of penalties there. We still have a tie game. And then Justin Carcillo puts us ahead now. 5 minutes to go. Tight game in the final couple minutes. That 3-2 scoreline. Final minute, Quinn Hughes adds the empty netter. Wow, big comeback. Thanks to Samu Ranta putting us ahead, and Carcillo put the icing on the... Ranta tied it up. Carcillo put us ahead, and Hughes put the icing on the cake. Shots end 33-32 for Dallas, but a 31-save performance from Habsheet gets him first-star honors. Hughes and Rodin, that first pair of defense, a goal and an assist apiece, and we get 3 third-period goals to win that one by a score of 4-2. Great way to start the series with a Game 1 victory. And now we're ready for Game number 2. We're just going to quickly check the scouting reports. My apologies, it's actually after Game 3, heading into Game 4 when I got to update the scouting reports. So here we are for Game 2, still at home, a nice 4-2 victory, a great way to start the series. But Ottinger looked strong, and Dallas had some offense. We had to get those unanswered goals at the end, thanks to the power play as well, to really get the victory. I don't want to have to always rely on that. Let's have Connor Bedard maybe with his 3 goals this postseason. Maybe that would be nice if you could show up, Connor. Let's see the rest of the big dogs coming out and be hungry at home to not allow this series to be a best of 5 as it's always been. 1-1 series, 2-2 series. Let's take a nice 2-0 series lead. First period of Game 2, 1-0. He answers the call! Connor Bedard, here's GM data. And the shots are 11-5 after 20. We're up 1-0. Second period, big scoring period. Oh my goodness. 4-4 after 40. Lucius and then Mikola with his 10th of the postseason make it 4-0 Sharks. But then Studnicka and Scheifele with 2 power play goals make it 4-2. Lucius with his second makes it 5. Excuse me, I'm confusing myself here. Lucius and Mikkola made it 3-0. Studnicka and Scheifele 2 power play goals made it 3-2. Lucius made it 4-2 with his second. Then Benson 4-3, and a minute later Robertson ties it at 4. So 2 big power play goals. Who's taking these penalties? These back-to-back penalties. Hughes with hooking and Pickering delay of game. Brutal. Then Mikkola hooking. Brutal penalties to take. Shots are 19-16 after 40. We blow the 3-0 lead, and we're now tied at 4 headed into this third period. At least the offense is there. Carcillo, thank you, buddy. 5-4 Sharks, and Tomas Hertl makes it 6-4. 6 goals on 21 shots past Jake Ottinger. Was not expecting that. Power play Sharks, that's killed off by the Stars halfway through the third. We're hanging on to the 2-goal lead with just about 5 minutes to go now. Shots are tight, but we're pulling away more and more, 32-24. Final couple of minutes, and that'll be it. That's what I wanted to see. If we allow 4, give me 6, and a nice 2-0 series lead. Justin Carcillo gets the game winner. Did he get the game winner last game as well? Was that? I think so, right? Hertl, goal and assist for third star. Bedard answers the call, a goal and 2 assists for second star. And Chad Lucius, a Conn Smythe last year, 2 goals and an assist in this game to put us up, to give him first star honors and put us up 2-0. 10 goals, 17 points from Mikkola, still leading the way up on that first line. We're not going to touch the lineup. Let's let it stay as it's been. We're outscoring Dallas 10-6 over the last 2 games. Now we move to the American Airlines Center in Dallas for game number 3. It will be interesting to see how Dallas will respond here. Big opportunity for them to show what they've got and what got them to this point as well. Here we go. First period, 2-1 Stars after 20. Ranta opens up the scoring on that fourth line, but then Ekford and Heiskanen score 2 goals back-to-back 10 minutes within 10 minutes of each other. But it is 2-1 Stars despite the shots being 12-7 after 20 in our favor. Second period, power play for the Stars, killed off, and Connor Bedard, there he is, answering the call again, and then Chaz Lucius. There are the 2 players that we've seen so much from that I've been waiting for. Second period ends 3-3 as Studnicka ends with 49 seconds, scores with 49 seconds to go. 3 goals on 12 shots past Habsheed. We're almost tripling the shots, 32-12, but we're tied at 3. Come on now! 3 through 40. Power play Stars to start the period. We kill that off. 5 minutes in, shots are 34-15, still more than doubling. 4-on-3 power play, 5-on-4 power play for us, killed off by Dallas. Halfway point, still tie game. We're still about doubling. Final 5 minutes. Is there going to be a hero on either side in the final dying moments of this third game of this? Oh, no, it's Eckford! No! The 77 overall! Come on, Don! Shots 44-21! And we're going to lose 4-3. Goaltending's been killing me. It's either been amazing or it's been trash. There haven't been any like mid-900 save percentage games almost. It's always been 33 saves on 35 shots, or it's been 4 goals on 15 shots. Eckford 2 goals, that's the 77 overall. The Stars have life. It's another 1-goal score line as the Stars win that one by a score of 4-3, and now we have a chance to either go up 3-1 or this series will be tied at 2 and it's a best of 3. So I'll take a quick pause before game 4 and update the scouting. All right, that's taken care of, and now here we are ready for game number 4 in Dallas at American Airlines Center, coming off the 4-3 loss on the road last game. We would love to split the games on the road here and go back home with a 3-1 series lead and not allow it to be tied up and made a best of 3. Too many tight series. Let's restore our 2-game lead in this series, and here we go at home. After the Stars came out and showed what they had in front of their home fans, we want to silence them. First period, 1-0 Dallas. It's Setaguchi. 1 goal on 8 shots in the first period. Dallas leads by 1 after 20. Second period now 4-1. Voutilainen. Hertl makes it a 1-goal game, then Roseyan and Piorala. Shots are 24-18 in our favor, but 4 goals on 18 shots past Don Habsheed. Come on, Donnie! I don't know what we're going to do with the goaltending next season. Down by 3 here in the third period, and it looks more and more like we're going to have this series tied up at 2 unless we get something going late. We have way more shots, but Ottinger standing on his head. Power play goal for Robertson, 5 on 26 past Habsheed. And we're down by 4 in the final 5 minutes. That'll be it. We'll have a 2-2 series, best of 3, headed back to San Jose, and it'll be at least a 6-game series once more. We are dying out here. Shots end 37-29. But Ottinger makes 36 saves. Actually, Cruz came in a little bit. Wow, Cruz, who's what, like a 79 or 81 overall? I wonder if Ottinger is injured. 5-1 win for the Stars as Cruz came in relief and stood on his head, actually. And in the end, it is a 5-1 loss. Outscored 9-4 by the Stars in the last 2 games. Let's see. We now have our leading scorer is now below point per game for the first time this postseason, perhaps. I'm not sure if I'm mistaken there. 2-2 series in the West, 2-2 series over in the East. Looking at Dallas, let me see here. Ottinger, no, but Mangiapane actually has a sore shoulder that's going to keep him out till June. It is actually, the postseason's been going long here. Kiwi Haru could be back at some point here. I know he was supposed to come back June 9th, but now we're pushing it into the further days here. It's towards the end of May right now. We're close to June by the time the Stanley Cup final might start, if we were to get there, of course. It's possible. So now we're back home. Habsheed has been scaring me, I have to admit. If we get bombarded and we're on the edge of elimination, I think Habsheed will lose the crease. At the moment, I'd like him to stay. He's been our guy, but his save percentage has come down to 906 now. Hornquist, remember, 896, less of a sample size, but it's hard not to keep going Habsheed after what he showed us. Now Hornquist getting a little rusty. I don't know. I'd almost go Lindbergh again. I have no clue what we're doing for goaltending next season with the amount of money. I'd probably, I don't know, moving on Hornquist to free up the money. All right, tie series, 2 games apiece. 4 games were just a wash to see how we were doing, feeling each other out. And now it is a best of 3. 2 games at home for us, as we saw in round number 1. It is, and round number 2, of course. It is a 2-2 series back in San Jose. Period number 1 of game number 5, 0-0 after 20 shots, 13-4. We're getting so many shots game after game, but it's either we score 6 or 7 or we score 1 or 2. Come on now. We're looking at that top 6. I'm looking at Carcillo. I'm looking at Mikkola to keep carrying a little bit here. It's been your show, buddy. I'm going to give you the reins and run with it on that power play. I'm sorry, we had a power play. I'm giving you the reins on the first line to make it happen. Second period, 2-0 Sharks. Bedard and a shorthanded goal from Cody Glass. That's what I've been looking for. Shots 22-16 after 40, and we have a 2-goal lead, making it a 3-goal lead. Carcillo has been very consistent this postseason. Carcillo makes it 3-0. We kill off a Dallas power play. Shots 27-22. Now about 12 minutes to go. A 3-goal lead. Power play Sharks. This would be the end right here. Killed off by the Stars, but they're not adding anything. 5 minutes to go. Habsheed heard the calls, and he performs with delivers a huge 25 save shutout, and gives us the 3-0 victory. My tongue's all over the place here. Habsheed 25 save shutout for first star honors. Bedard a goal and an assist, and Cody Glass the shorthanded goal. Third star honors for him. 3-0 Sharks the final. A huge 3-0 victory to finally, for the first time this postseason, put us on the brink of victory as opposed to having to fight for Game 7. 3-2 Sharks through 5 games. Game number 6, Habsheed delivers in a huge way with the 3-0 shutout. We'll be looking for more from him, but at the same time, remember, we need to be getting 3, 4, 5. I know Ottinger's been great, but I'm expecting a little bit more, especially if Habsheed can't always do that shutout performance. Let's give him what he deserves. Game 6 on the road at American Airlines Center to close it out and push through to the Stanley Cup final for back-to-back seasons and the 3rd time in 5 years. Showtime in game number 6. Mikkola, buddy, 10 goals, 17 points. I'm looking at you to try to be a hero out here. Who is going to get us through to the Stanley Cup final and not to game 7 so we can have a little bit of rest maybe before the final, if we can get there. Don't want to count those chickens before they hatch just yet, but if we could do it, tonight's the night to do it in Dallas. First period, 2-0 Stars. Robertson on the power play and Heiskanen. 2 goals on 9 shots. Come on, Donnie. We got to give better support to Don out here. Second period, 3-0. Sean Walker, 77 overall. Of course, we shut them out 3-0, and now we're shut out 3-0 through 2 periods. Shots 21-20, and we have no goals to support Habsheed. The scoring has been so up and down, wild extremes. Either nothing or blowout barn burners. No goals for us through 50 minutes. Shots 30-23. Roslovic makes it 4-0. See you in Game 7. After a shutout, a 25 save shutout from Don Habsheed, Jake Ottinger says, whatever you can do, I can do better. 32 save shutout for him the next night Two nights later, Heiskanen, Robertson, goal and assist each. There it is. All right, we got shut out 4-0. Great. We shut them out, they shut us out, and here we are for the third consecutive series going to 7 games. Do we want to make any changes headed into the 7th game now? I don't know. Hurdle, what are you doing for me, buddy? You got, what, 5 goals, 6 goals? 8 goals. Pfft, my goodness. 8 goals, 7 assists. 2 goals, 15 assists from Larkin. 10 goals, 7 assists from Mikkola. I think I'm going to keep that first line as it's been. 22 penalty minutes is scaring me from Mikkola. I'd almost switch him out with another goal scorer like Carcillo or Lucius. Bedard 16 points, Carcillo 16 points, and Lucius all 16 points on that second line. 9 from Eklund, 10 from Glass, 8 from Haikila, 5 and 4 from Ranta. Man, okay, so here we go. Haikila and Ranta are swapping. Eklund and Ranta are swapping. And I'd almost put Ranta with Larkin just for the playmaking, but his plus-minus has not been good. He's woken up a little bit here. I don't know if I can trust Samu Ranta. Carcillo's been a guy with 8 goals who I could trust more, plus 13. I'd almost go like this: Hurdle, Larkin, Carcillo, then Lucius, Mikkola, Bedard on the second line. I think that's what we might do. But these are more goal-scoring guys. I'd almost go Eklund even. I might try this. Then Ranta, Glass, Eklund on the third. Let's try that. Hurdle, Larkin, Carcillo, Mikkola, Bedard, Lucius. Defense now, how are we looking here? -1, +7 for Rodin, 8 points. Ricky Brain, 5 assists and a +6. And Kalinin, 6 points and a -4. Kniazev, +10. Pickering, +12. Amazing. Don Habsheed, 907 save percentage. We're running with Don. We are running with Don. Still an unplayable injury for Kivi Haru. This is the squad, ladies and gentlemen. I told you once, and I'll tell you again. Look on your left, look on your right. Think of the men who have been here. The pillars of this franchise are around you, gentlemen. Larkin, the playmaker. Carcillo, go out there and score a goal with Larkin. Mikkola, push through that 6'5" body. Protect Bedard on his way to the net. Allow him to score a goal. Eklund, Ranta, I'm trusting you two on that second line, on that third line with Cody Glass as your centerman. Eklund, put the puck on Ranta's stick. Him 6'2" and his 5-star, as well as 4-star physical, but his back at you zone ability, just bursting through opponents. Fourth line, stand steady. Defense, Brain, Rodin, Kalin, you've had good results since we made that switch. Continue in that same way. And Don, my dear friend Don, just do what you've done. He's allowed 2 goals, 3 goals time to time. That is okay. I'm not going to ask for shutouts from the young 22-year-old every night. Give me those consistent performances. A shutout once in a while, that's great. Give me a little 2-goal game here. Give me a little 3-goal game here. And we're relying on the rest of the squad to score enough to make that okay. Eastern Conference Final at 7. Western Conference Final at 7. In San Jose for Game 7 of the Western Conference Final. Here we go. Controller down. ×8 speed. Showtime. Game 7 in San Jose, on the edge of my seat. Quite literally. Power play Dallas. It's an extended power play. We kill that off. Huge kill early in the game here. 0-0 through the first half of the first period. Final 5 minutes in the first frame. Couple minutes to go, and we will push it to, with the shot lead, we'll head into the first intermission with the shots 10-9 in our favor. We killed off a huge penalty, so that's something to be proud of. Momentum should be in our favor. Carcillo with a double minor. I put him on the first line. He gets a double minor for high sticking. All right, controller back down. Second period now. No scoring through that first period. And Quinn Hughes puts us up with Lampard and Mikkola on his second line. His 11th of the postseason. Eckford scores a goal to bring it back within 1. Big couple goals right there after we did a lot of penalty killing in the first period. Hughes and Mikkola scoring just, 15 seconds apart to put us up 2-0 before Eckford scores a minute and 6 seconds later. Final 3 minutes now. Final couple minutes of the second period, and we'll head into the intermission with the shots tied at 21, and this game in our favor by a goal at the moment. 2-1 San Jose through 40 minutes in Game 7 of the Western Conference Final. If we can just hang on tight, add a little bit, we are through to the Stanley Cup Final. Dallas, they're going to be pushing hard to tie up this game, push it to overtime, give themselves the lead. They are not just going to sit back and allow this to happen. Mikkola, Hughes, 2 big goals. I'm looking at Bedard, I'm looking at Lucius, I'm looking at Ranta. Third period, here we go. It's Ricky Brain! His first of the postseason. Is that his first career postseason goal? And Connor Bedard makes it 4-1. It's a 3-goal lead for the Sharks with 12 minutes to go in the third period. 2 huge goals early on, just like Hughes and Mikkola. Power play Sharks killed off by the Stars. 5 minutes to go now in this one. Final 3 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, for the third consecutive series, the Sharks are through with a Game 7 victory. Luke Cunnin adds one more on Altinger with 59 seconds to go. Shots end 35-29. And we defeat the Dallas Stars in 7 games. A goal and 2 assists from Bedard. A goal and an assist from Mikkola. 28 saves from Don Habschied. And the Sharks are through to their 4th Stanley Cup final in 7 years and 5th Stanley Cup final in franchise history. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And of course, back-to-back Stanley Cup final berths here for the first time in franchise history. Another big Game 7 victory. You've already played 21 games with at least 4 more to go. Mikkola is currently leading the way, tied with Lucius and Bedard. 19 points in 21 games from those 3. Dylan Larkin, 17 points in 21 games. Carcillo with 16. Hurdle with 15. Hughes, 11 with that big goal as well last game. Glass 10, Eklund 9, Ranta 9 points, -5, Haikila 9 points, -2, Rodin 9 points plus 8. Kalinin 7 points, -2. Madden with 7 assists. Ricky Brain with that huge goal, his first. Was that the first postseason goal of his career? Yes, it was. 10 games, no points, -5 last year. So there you go. Ricky Brain, 6 points plus 8. Cunnin, 4 goals. That was one last game as well to make it his 4th. Kniazev, 4 points plus 10. Pickering, 4 points plus 13. And Don Habschied, 11-6-0 with 2 shutouts, a .911 save percentage, and 2.51 goals against average through 17 appearances. Ladies and gentlemen, we are through to the Stanley Cup final. And in the final, we will be facing, who won the Lightning and the Panthers Game 7? We will be facing the Florida Panthers for the 2031 Stanley Cup. They took down our old friends, the Hurricanes, in 6 in round 1, the Penguins in 5 in round 2, and the Lightning in 7 in round 3. 2 teams that just had their conference final go to 7 games. 2 teams that are exhausted. 2 teams that have left it all on the ice. Quite frankly, I'm shocked that we've made it this far. We've had some great clutch performances. Our Game 7 performances have been great. But we have not been that great, I gotta admit. This is not my most comfortable I've ever been in a Stanley Cup final. We've gotten, yes, to say on paper we won 4 in a row against Edmonton. Yes, on paper we came back from down 3 games to 2 against Vancouver. But those losses were pretty ugly. Those games where we weren't scoring were horrible. Those were winnable games. Here in the Stanley Cup final, there's no time to fool around. Honestly, I was really expecting it to be Tampa Bay in the Stanley Cup final as we beat them in 6 games to win the Stanley Cup last year. And the theme of fighting our demons here, I thought it was going to be Tampa once again. But here we are facing Florida for the first time in this franchise mode series in the postseason. First time in franchise history that we faced the Panthers as well. Oh my goodness, how about this for a squad? Matthew Tkachuk, Alex Barkov, and Gaspard Bouchard on the first line. The first overall pick in 2029. Yikes. 10 goals, 19 points for Bouchard. 5 goals, 17 assists, 22 points, for Alex Barkov through 17 games. And Matthew Tkachuk, 4 goals, 12 assists, 16 points. Wow. Second line, Victor Olofsson, Trey Sutton, second overall pick in 2028, and Tage Thompson as the second line. There are their totals. Third line, Jeremy Gortzen, Jonah Lockhart, and Jesse Puljujärvi, 87 overall. Fourth line, Steven Stamkos, 8 points in 18 games as a 77 overall 41-year-old on the fourth line. Leaves Tampa, goes to Florida, now he's fighting for a cup. Beat his old team in 7 games. Centering the fourth line is Casey Middlestat with 5 goals and 7 assists. And this guy, Rocky Frazee, wow, second overall pick in 2030. So 3 top 3 picks of the last 3 drafts are on this team. On top of guys like Stamkos, Barkov, Tkachuk, other high picks. Defense, it is Zach Werenski and Aaron Ekblad. Great top pair here. Gustav Forsling and Dmitry Samurikov on the second pair. Ville Heinola and Libor Hayek on the third pair. All real defensemen, so no generated players on defense. Goaltending, it's Dawson Jackman, 87 overall, 924 save percentage as of now, backed up by 85 overall Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Jesus Maki and Juuso Välimäki also as healthy scratches for the Panthers. So it is an extremely strong and well-rounded squad here in Florida. We have, in this franchise mode series, been to the Stanley Cup final 3 times, 2 victories, 1 loss, and here we are for a 4th time in 9 seasons. 4th time, of course, in the last 7 years as well. And it doesn't get more dramatic than this. 3 consecutive Game 7 victories to get here. I think we'll keep the lines as they've been. I'm sure that we'll continue to tweak things as we have the last few series. But let's keep it like this, I suppose. No reason to change anything just yet. And of course, Habsheed still our starter. I also noticed that the Panthers won Game 7 by a score of 4-3, so it's been tight all around. It's a high level of competition around the NHL here. Panthers won 45-33-4 this season. They have high scoring, they have great defense, they have a strong goaltender, but we are the President's Trophy winners. We have faced adversity and come out on top again and again and again the last 3 series. Have we run out of gas? Have the Panthers run out of gas? Does either team have a little bit of magic left? Get in your thoughts as well for the Conn Smythe. I'd say the favorites now would be Barkov and Mikkola from the respective teams here. Game 1 of the 2031 Stanley Cup Final starting in San Jose, and here we go. First period, 1-0 San Jose. It's Connor Bedard on the power play to put us up 1-0 after 20. Second period, no scoring. Shots are 24-20 for the Panthers, but the Sharks still lead 1-0. Power play early for the Sharks in the third period. That's killed off by the Panthers. Good momentum shift right there for Florida. Power play of their own right now. That's killed off by the Sharks. Big moment right there for San Jose. Halfway through the period, power play Panthers once again. Another kill from the Sharks. Power play San Jose now. Killed off by the Panthers. Tight game with a couple minutes to go. Lots of shots on both sides. Oh my goodness! How about that? 38 save shutout from the sophomore, Don Habsheed. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. First Stanley Cup Final game of his career, and he shuts out the Panthers with a 38 save performance. Jackman makes 30 saves, but that one was enough from Connor Bedard. First star honors for Habsheed. What a guy. 22 years of age, shutting out the Panthers in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Ice in his veins. Jackman made 30 saves, Bedard 1 goal. So, great news there, but the bad news is we only scored 1 goal there against Jackman. We're not going to be able to rely on Habsheed allowing only 1 goal per game here. The last 4 games have been 0 goals against, 4 goals against, 1 goal against, 0 goals against. So he's allowed 5 goals over the last 4 games, Don Habsheed has. We can't always expect that to be the regular here. 1-0 victory, that's fun. That's always exciting. Shutout, that's great. But we have to score more. So that's what I'm expecting here on June the 1st, 2031 at home. Can we take both games in the Shark Tank headed back to Florida? Here we go for Game 2 after a tight 1-0 affair last game. I'm going to say a total of 6 goals or more in this one. First period, 0-0 after 20, shots 14-8 in our favor. Second period, 2-1 Panthers. There's 3 goals. Larkin opens it up on the power play. Then Gortson and Frazee score 2 goals for the Panthers, and now they are up by 1. Shots 26-17 in our favor, but then Justin Carcillo ties it up. Thank you very much. Power play Panthers. It's an extended opportunity for Florida, and Rocky Frazee gets his second of the game with that power play right there on the extended opportunity. Power play Florida again. That one killed off by the Sharks. Power play again. Finally killed off by the Sharks. Oh my goodness. 4th power play of the period. Then power play for us. Here we go. Nothing there. Final minute. And that'll be all she wrote. The penalties killed us. Come on now. What is this? Slashing minor, holding stick minor, high sticking double minor. Ridiculous. You'll never get a goal if we're on the penalty kill that much. Shots end tied at 33, but the Panthers take it 3-2. Classic 3-2 scoreline. Frazee had a couple goals. Bedard 2 assists, finally waking up. Carcillo had another goal. He's been so consistent. But we dropped this one by a score of 3-2, and this series is tied at 5. Headed back to Florida. at Florida Live Arena. Is that what it's called? Live Arena? Florida Live Arena? All right. Let's keep on rolling. No reason to stop. On the road with the series tied at 1, making it a best of 5. Would we have it any other way through 2 games? Here we go. Game 3 in Sunrise, Florida. First period, 2-2 after 20. Frazee shorthanded, 3 goals in 2 games for him. Olofsson right after that to make it 2-0 Florida, but then power play goal from William Eklund, and Cody Glass even strength just 13 seconds after that. 2-2 after 20. 20 shots in total, 10 from each team. Second period, 3-3. Kniazev scores, unlikely. And Olofsson gets his second of the game. Shots are 24-19 for the Panthers through 40, but we're all tied up at 3 in this final period to decide which team goes up by a game in this series. Power play Sharks early. That's a goal from Connor Bedard as the power play expires. But then Gaspard Bouchard ties it up at 4. With his first of the series, or the second of the series, I'm grasping here. Shots are almost tied. Now they're tied at 28. Panthers pulling away a little bit. Final 5 minutes. We're still tied at 4 in the final 2 now. Minute to go, and we're headed to overtime for the first time in a long time, and the first time in this Stanley Cup final. Shots 34-32 for the Panthers through 60 minutes. This game's tied at 4. We're headed to overtime. I think for the first time this postseason, a team not only is ranked higher in an overall, but in 2 separate categories, offense and goaltending for the Panthers, 98 and 90 versus our 97 and 89. But here we are in Sunrise, Florida for overtime in Game 3. Next player to score will put his team up 2-1. Barkov to Tkachuk! My goodness, that's too tight in the crease. Habshy doing his job there. Larkin into Florida territory. Little move, gets tied up with the ref. Offside warning, so he skates back. All right. Long stretch pass to Matthew Tkachuk, who slips by. Has some space! Oh, he rings that one off the post! What a play by Matthew Tkachuk! He puts it to the point now. Werenski gets hit by Carcillo. Ekblad down to Tkachuk again. Gaspard Bouchard broken up by Rodin. Ekblad down to Bouchard again. Behind the net, here's Barkov to the point. Werenski, great cycling from the Panthers. Ekblad, they get a change for Olofsson, who comes on and takes a shot, and Habshed will hang on. Here's Lucius going on the outside on his offside to Bedard in the middle. Lots of space! Big save in tight from Jackman. Oh, wow. Now here's Pickering. Very good. Across to Kniazev. Now up to Cody Glass. Sutton has possession. Back to Tage Thompson. Big Tage finds Sutton. Scores. Oh, that's a nice play. That's a nice play. Trey Sutton gets the puck, puts it behind. Picked it up from behind. I gotta look at it in slow motion. Nice play, though, as he picked it up from, like, behind his body. Let's see this. Pass from Thompson. 2 guys are here. No one's watching the guy streaking in. Who is this? This is Kniazev. Pickering. So Sutton picks it up and then puts... Yeah, that's very nice. I thought the stick may have gone through his body, like a little EA classic. Picks it up, brings it to his forehand. Yeah, very nicely done. Shots end 39-33 for the Panthers, and they win Game 3 to put themselves up 2-1 in this series. Another 1-goal game. Every game in the Stanley Cup Final so far, all 3 of them have been decided by 1 goal. 1-0, 3-2, and 5-4. Highest scoring game so far, absolutely. We're back in Florida to try to tie it up and bring it back home for a classic 2 out of 3. Let's see if we can do it on the road after a tight overtime loss. We scored 4 goals. Let's do it again, but let's try and stay a little more tight defensively. In Sunrise, Florida, first period, 3-1. That's what we're looking for. Frazee, this guy's crazy. Rhymes. He scores to open it up for the Panthers, but then Lucius, Ranta, and Rodin score 3 goals in 6 minutes and 3 goals on 7 shots in the period to put us up by 2, despite being outshot 16-7. That's what we need. Be clinical with our opportunities. Lucius, Ranta, and Rodin. Beautiful. Second period action up by 2 now. 3-3. Sutton scores twice after his overtime winner last game. Shots are 23-18 for the Panthers, and we're now tied at 3, headed into the third period, squandering our 2-goal lead. 3-3 game, thank you. Haikila down on that 4th line left wing, that magic spot, and Cody Glass on the 3rd line. We're back to holding a 2-goal lead 5 minutes into the third period. Beautiful. 2-goal lead, and time continues to tick away for the Panthers. Halfway through the period, Tyler in! His first of the postseason makes it 6-3. Power play Florida is killed off. Final couple minutes, and that'll be all she wrote. It's a 2-2 series, ladies and gentlemen, as we get 6 past Jackman on 27 shots. 30 saves on 33 shots for Habsheed. Well done, Don. That'll get you no star honors, unfortunately. Sutton, 2 goals and an assist. Rodin and Glass both scoring a goal and an assist. Rodin wants to stick on this team. We got to move somebody. We're not going to have the money, but he's making his case to stay. All right, it's a 2-2 series. Kiviharju is fully healed. Now, where, if anywhere, does Kiviharju fit into this lineup heading into game number 5 of the Stanley Cup final? This will be tough. This will be tough. The first pair, Hughes and Rodin, they're doing very well. Second pair, Kalinin and Brain, has also been doing well. A goal and 5 assists from Ricky. Do I want to play Kiviharju with Kalinin, though? X factors and all that? That could be something. Brain's been good. 6 points and a +8, 19.5 minutes of ice time per night. Then a third pair, I can't touch the third pair. 5 points +10, 5 points +13. I would think, if anybody, Ricky Brain comes out. Kiviharju, maybe he's rusty, but he had an incredible regular season. +1 with Kalinin. I think we got to put Kiviharju in there. 90 defensive awareness, 83 shot blocking, 83 stick checking. While Brain has the 91, he has one better for awareness, shot blocking, and stick checking. It's the offense which isn't as strong. But maybe that doesn't matter with a guy like Kalinin there. I really don't want to mess anything up, like mojo-wise. But I think I'm going to bring Kiviharju in based solely on the level that regular season that he had, to score 26 points, a career high. He was a +11, only 8 penalty minutes while eating so much ice time as well. It's not just the points, but solid defensively. You know, like even if you look at the advanced stats here, let's look at the advanced stats to make our decision. 22 takeaways to 61 giveaways. Not amazing, but 22 to 61. Versus Ricky Brain, let's see, 11 takeaways to 52 giveaways in the season. So Kiviharju in the regular season had a 22 to 61 takeaway to giveaway ratio, which is very close to a 1-to-3 ratio. Ricky Brain, with 11 takeaways and 52 giveaways, was about a 1-to-5 ratio in the regular season. In the playoffs, however, it's a 1-to-4 ratio. 5 takeaways, 20 giveaways. Kiviharju at 1-to-3 is still better, even with Ricky Brain improving to 1-to-4. I think we gotta go Kiviharju, just at least for a game. Ricky Brain, you've been good. It's nothing against you. It's just that I want to get Kiviharju in there. So let's do it. Kivi's gonna come in to play with Kalinin, and we're gonna cross our fingers and hope for the best, and hope that makes us even stronger and pushes us over the top. With this series now tied at 2 after a big 6-3 win against the Panthers in Florida, we now come back home, and it is a best of 3 for the Stanley Cup here in San Jose. Game 5 of the 2031 final. Here we go. First period, 2-1. Thompson opens up the scoring. Connor Bedard on the power play. He's been great. Ties it back up. But then Gaspard Bouchard, shorthanded. Shots are 13-8 in our favor, but we're down by 1 after 20. Second period, 3-3. Big. Middlestat makes it 3-1, but then Mikola brings us back within 1, and Chaz Lucius on the power play ties it back up. Mikola, I love this man. Shots are 24-18 in our favor, and this game is tied at 3 headed into the third period. The winner of the next 20 minutes will put their team 1 win away from the Stanley Cup. Third period, Bouchard scores on the power play. He has shorthanded and power play. Then Cody Glass with 2 goals in 2 games ties it up at 4. Merci, Cody. Very well done. Not sure why I'm speaking French to him. Power play Florida halfway through the period, killed off by the Sharks. We're tied at 4 with 5 minutes to go now. Shots 35. Markov puts the Panthers ahead. Final 4 minutes. Can somebody tie it up with 2 minutes left? Final minute. Oh, Connor Bedard with 2 seconds left. Oh my! Just when you thought all was lost, and we're about to go down 3-2. Connor Bedard with 2 seconds left ties the game at 5. Shots are 38-29 in our favor, and with a huge late goal from Connor Bedard, we're headed to overtime. The next goal is a huge one. Overtime here in Game 5. Next player to score will put his team one win away from the cup. Carcillo in front, hurdle! Oh my... scores! Dylan Larkin! It was a brouhaha in the crease, and the Sharks are up 3-2. Overtime victory! Connor Bedard has really turned it on, and that was huge. Scoring with 2 seconds left in regulation, and just a few seconds into overtime, from about to be down 3-2, now we are the ones up 3-2. You wouldn't believe it unless it was simulated. What happened here in the crease? We got to go watch a bit more in depth here. Huge goal, Larkin gets credit, and the Sharks may have played their final game at San Jose for the season. So let's check it out here. Larkin over to Carcillo. Carcillo across to Hurdle. Hurdle, he does take the shot, correct? Yes, he does. Kick save. Larkin right there. Instead of just potting it in, he just kind of touches it. It hits off the pad of Jackman. And then, hold on, let me see here. And then, is it Ekblad who puts it in his own net? Let's see. Is it? Yes! Ekblad puts it in his own net and Larkin gets credit. Shots end 40-29, and that is brutal for the Panthers as the Sharks are now one win away. Another one-goal game and a high-scoring affair once again, 6-5 the final. Let's just see what Kiwi Harju do in that one. I know he didn't score any goals, but just curious on the plus-minus especially, and the giveaways to takeaways. Always curious to look at those numbers. Kiwi Harju, he was a -1 in 17.5 minutes of ice time. And he had 0 takeaways, 0 giveaways, 3 blocks, 1 hit. Okay. 3 blocks, 1 hit in one game. Ricky Brain, through 25 games, had 72 blocks and 37 hits. So he blocks a lot more. Ricky, buddy, I want to get you back in there. Like, something's telling me, get this guy back in here. And, you know, I'm going to listen to that voice. I've been listening to that voice the entire time, in this entire postseason, and somehow, look at the mishmash of lines we have from how we started things. Look at these lines, and think about the lines that we've had. So I'm going to listen to that little voice. I'm going to go Ricky Brain back in here, playing with Kalinin, with an opportunity to end it in Florida in Game 6 to capture the Stanley Cup. In 2027, we won our first Stanley Cup at home, but last year in 2030, we won our second Stanley Cup on the road in Florida, in Tampa Bay. Now, here we are 1 year later in Florida once again, but now in Sunrise, Florida, looking to capture the Stanley Cup on the road in Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final, or will it just be fitting and poetic to push it to 7? We don't want that. We had enough Game 7 so far. It's Game 27 of the postseason out of a possible 28 you could play. Let's end it in Florida, and let's be back-to-back Stanley Cup champions and get a third in franchise history. Here we go, controller down, Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final, and the shots start 4-0 for the Panthers, but we're back in it now. Let's try and capture it. It's Gertson opening it up for the Panthers. 1-0 through 10 minutes. Let's sim this first period. It ends 1-0. Shots 13-4 for the Panthers through 20 minutes. I didn't give enough speech, I guess, at the start. I got to go down in the dressing room, start slapping people around. First period, unimpressed. They're tripling the shots, 1-0. Where's the support for Habsheed? He allows 1 on 12. You got 4 shots on net. What kind of a sorry excuse is that? We're 40 minutes away from hoisting the Stanley Cup in back-to-back seasons. And this is the effort you put on the ice? Yes, I know we're on the road. Yes, I know that they're fighting in front of their home fans. Have we never won on the road before? Let's go out there and have a bit more passion in the second period. Here we go. Second period action. First, we're drawing first blood in terms of the shots here. We got a lot more going in the shot category. That's 10 through the first 9 minutes or so after getting 4 in 20 minutes. We got to 10, which means now we got, apologies for mixing up the numbers there. We reached the 10 shot mark. I'm just trying to fill up something because there's nothing else to say in that second period. No power plays, no scoring, but we did end up getting a total of 15 shots in that second period after getting 4 shots in the first period. That's what I've been trying to say. 8 shots for the Panthers in that one, I believe, right? So shots 15-8 in the second period in our favor, yet it is still a 1-0 game for the Panthers, and I'm looking for the big dogs to come back out. Mikkola, Bedard, I'm looking for a Ranta goal. I'm looking for a Rodin goal. Who's going to get us in this, tie this game, and give us an opportunity to end it in this third period? Who's going to tie it? Third period is underway. Power play Florida, and Bouchard scores on the power play early on. We're now down by 2 with a lot of hockey left to be played. Power play Florida once more. That's killed off. There we go. Halfway point, still down by 2. Jackman putting on a show, but we know how to break through him. There's Samu Ranta. Thank you very much. Down by 1 with 2 minutes to go. With a final minute, do we have a hero to tie it? We don't. We don't, of course. Of course, we're headed to Game 7. Ranta gets 1 late, but Jackman makes miracles. First star honors for him. Habshi does everything he can. 29 saves. But of course, it is a full 28-game postseason as we're headed to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. Wow. Wow. I guess there wasn't enough of a speech in the last one. I guess we want to win it at home or something? Okay. Gentlemen, we have won 3 Game 7s this postseason. It has been a long and arduous journey. I know we're tired. I know, Hurdle, you're regressing to an 82 overall. I know you're tired, buddy. Capitan. I know you're tired. I know all of us have very little left in the tank, but I need you to dig deep. I need you to dig deep and find anything left in that tank. Anything that you have left. Cobble it together, bring it all in, and leave it out there for this one final performance. You never know when you're going to get another shot at the Stanley Cup in today's NHL. You never know. This could be your last taste of Lord Stanley. Everything that you can find, every milliliter, every ounce of anything you have, put it out there on the ice in front of the home fans. Let's go out there and win our 3rd Stanley Cup in this beautiful franchise's history, and let's make it back-to-back. June 11th, 2031, a day in history. In San Jose, Game 7 of the 2031 Stanley Cup Final. Controller down. It's Luke Cunnin! He knows that he probably won't be back next season. He's going to be wanting too much. The 4th liner extraordinaire. He's been here all 9 seasons with us, and he opens up the scoring on the first shot of the night. But Casey Middlestat, 4th line centerman, hold on, power play San Jose goes nowhere. Power play Panthers. It's 2-1 Florida. Final minute of the first period, and that's it. Shots 10-9 in our favor, but a power play goal does us in for momentum. Kalinin with a tripping minor. Come on, Kalinin. Boris. Through 20 minutes, we are down by 1. Luke Cunnin putting us on the board. Thank you, 4th line offense, but we need those top guys to come through. Bedard, you've been on fire. I need a little bit more. Ranta, Mr. 51 goals. I need a little bit more. Oh, captain, my captain, I need a little bit more. Second period, let's go out there and do it. Power play Sharks early, killed off. Power play Panthers killed off on both sides there. Halfway mark of this game, shot tied 17. It's Rocky Frazee making it 3-1 Panthers. Power play Sharks here, 5-on-3. Samu Ranta with a huge goal, taking us back within 1. 4 minutes to go in the second period. Final minute, and that'll be it for the second period. Shots are 24-20 through 40 minutes in our favor, but we're down by 1. Gentlemen, you've given it for 40 minutes. 20 minutes left. Everything you have. Think about the pee-wee practices, the bantam practices, 5 a.m. with mom and dad and a Tim Hortons coffee and a little Timbit afterwards at 8:30. You're sweating your hair, snow's falling, you gotta get home and play some NHL 04 on your PlayStation 2. Maybe a little more, actually NHL 12 maybe is 2031. Think about those days. Think about the orange ball in the driveway. 20 minutes away. Who's gonna go out there and get it? Third period, ×4 speed we're gonna go at. Third period action, down by 1 in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final at home. Gertson scores for the Panthers. Come on. 12 minutes to go. And Dylan Larkin! Yes, we're back within one. Larkin puts us back in. Halfway point shots are 30. Power play San Jose, so help me, please. Come on, killed off by the Panthers. 7 minutes to go. We're down by one once more. It's the final 5 minutes of this one. I'm going to hop in at the 3-minute mark. Let's do it. We have 39 shots on net. The 3-minute mark, we're going to go ahead and hop in. Locked on to the coach as always. And because we want it to be the most time possible, I'm going to go ahead and make it the 20-minute period. So it's a true 3 minutes and not like 20 seconds of the AI being garbage. We'll have a real 3 minutes here. And we'll see if we can punch our way through. Final 3 minutes, down by one, at home, Game 7. Let's hop in. It doesn't get more nerve-wracking than this in the Shark Tank. Oh my, we have, what, 3:06 to go? 3:06 to go. Here's Kniazev. I'm going to be probably commentating the whole thing here. Might be a little ugly to watch, but we'll do our best. Werenski, Middlestad, poked away by Glass. Here he has possession. Glass behind the net to Carcillo. Great forecheck. Carcillo to the point. Pickering. Hurdle on net. Kniazev down to Glass. Weird angle. Hurdle gets the puck. That was a bit of a surprise shot for Jackman, but he makes the save. Come on. I want to change the lines. Hold on. Ekblad. He gets hit hard, but Middlestad picks up the puck. Middlestad coming in against the third pair D. Stamkos can't get through Kniazev. Let's go. Let's get the second line out. No, what are you doing? Oh my goodness, you can never get a safe line change. Middlestat hit hard. There we go. Lucius exit the territory. Now up to Mikkola. 2:20 to go. Connor Bedard gets poked away. Smart poke check there. Stamkos back to Ekblad. Here's Tkachuk now. Over to Barkov. Barkov. Ekblad entering San Jose territory. Across to Barkov. That shot just goes wide. Rodin. Get that up, but he gets board pinned by Barkov. Now here's Tkachuk in the corner. It's 4 men fighting for it. Barkov. He gets bumped by Rodin. Still has it behind the net. In front, that's broken up. Very well done. Werenski. Ekblad. Hit by Mikkola, but no one's there to help him out. Minute 48 to go. Tkachuk. Werenski at the point to Ekblad, who has a lane. Barkov, one-timer, sliding across is Don Habschied, who makes an incredible sliding save. Oh my goodness, with a minute and a half to go, we're still alive. Cody Glass now with a minute and a half into Florida territory. Cody Glass can't get it past Gaspard Bouchard. Bouchard exiting Florida territory with a minute 24 to go. Gaspard stopped up by Brain. Here's Ranta across to Kalinin. Now here's Glass. Glass through. Beautiful move. Glass. Ranta scores! Samu Ranta! The game is tied! What a move from Cody Glass! What a save from Don Habschied! This game is tied! Samu Ranta, his second of the evening! Oh my goodness, in tight! Forehand, backhand, back to the backhand, forehand, backhand. What a pass from Glass as well. Huge save from Habschied to keep us alive. What a game this has been with a minute 13 to go. 4-4. It doesn't get more dramatic than this for the Stanley Cup. Glass and Cleanan with the assists. Boys, we gotta hang on tight now. We gotta hang on tight. Habschied, what a save. Hall of Fame save. No matter the result, Hall of Fame save. Brain up to Hurdle, final minute of play. Jackman will stop that and hang on. We get a face-off. Let's go fourth line. Let's get them, give everybody else a little bit of a rest. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. This is incredible stuff. Second line out for the Panthers, fourth line out for the Sharks is Tyler Madden. Don't you dare tell me Tyler Madden gets a game-winning goal. Don't you dare tell me Madden wins it back to Pickering. Oh my goodness, through traffic, hit off a couple of things. Cunnin. Now here's Kniazev. He gets hit. Pickering gets hit as well. Haikila. Madden. Don't you dare. Pickering. Haikila. He's finds space. Haikila to Madden. Can't get through traffic. Thompson. Olofsson. They're coming back in San Jose territory. Here's Tage. Tage to Forsling. Big save. Habschied. My goodness. 30 seconds to go. Kniazev. Cunnin. Get that first line out. Dump and change. There you go. Dump and change. 25 seconds left. Here we go. Up to Olofsson. Olofsson over the blue line. Larkin stops him. Larkin, 17 seconds. Larkin can't slip by. Olofsson over to Puljujärvi. Puljujärvi entering San Jose territory. 1-on-1 against Hughes. Poke. Big save, Habschied. Very good. Final 5 seconds. Larkin. Oh, come on, Hurdle. On net. Will that be it? That will be it. It doesn't get more down to the wire than this. Round 1, round 2, round 3, game 7 after game 7. And to decide the winner of the Stanley Cup, we will head to game 7 overtime. Shots 42-30 for the Sharks through 60 minutes, excuse me. Samu Ranta with the game-tying goal. Next player to score will award his team the Stanley Cup. I hope you're excited. I am on the edge of my seat. This would be great live stream material. What a stream this would have been. Get ready for the live stream in year number 10. Overtime in San Jose. Next goal wins Lord Stanley. Larkin wins it back to Quinn Hughes. Hughes trying to break through, trying to part the Red Sea himself there. Bouchard in the corner. Now here's Ekblad. Ekblad skating up with it. Gives it across to Tkachuk. Over to Barkov. Barkov in front, broken up by Rodin. Huge interception. Carcillo up to Hertl now. Tomas Hertl gonna cross over the Panthers blue line and dump it in. Ekblad up to Tkachuk now. We'll keep that line out for the moment. Tkachuk dumps it in himself. Not gonna change just yet. Don't want to get caught. Hughes, Hertl. Yeah, let's get that second line out. There we go. Hertl buying some time. Very good. He gets deep in Florida territory. In front! Oh, Bedard, the one-timer! Point blank, one-timer, blocker save from Jackman. Lucius just wide. What a save from Jackman. Huge Stanley Cup saving save. Here's Lucius now. Back with it. Over to Hertl. Can't quite get through. Barkov. Circling back, but Brain picks it up. Ricky Bedard. Mikola. Into traffic. Now here's Barkov in the corner. Mikola picks it up to the point. Kalinin. Boris gets hit. Ekblad almost pickpocketed. Olafsson. It's a 2-on-1 rush against Ricky Brain. Can't get through Ricky. In front, Thompson. Pad save, Habsheed. Here's Thompson. Board pinned now. Broken up. Now here's Lucius. Lucius leading the charge back up the other way. Let's keep that second pair out. Lucius killing time. Actually, third pair get out there. In front. Oh, on the doorstep. Pad save, Jackman. Oh my goodness. A couple of huge saves from Jackman. 18-20 to go in these full 20-minute periods. Puljujarvi in the corner. Staying with it. Forsling. Big save, Habsheed and Pickering. Clear it out, big boy. Come on. Big save there from Habsheed again. Now here Hanola up to Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk has some space. He's a magic man. Matthew Tkachuk finding a lot of space. What, not like the knob of the stick. They're making a save there from Habsheed. Through traffic. Tkachuk again. Stopped by Habsheed and he'll hang on. Oh my goodness. What a sequence there. Barkov, Wierenski. Tkachuk can't get that one-timer to Bouchard. Bouchard to Ekblad. He's hit, but Tkachuk broken up by Cody Glass. He'll exit the zone. Gets it up to Ranta. Samu had the game-tying goal. One-timer Eklund, and he's stopped by Jackman. Oh my goodness. What a save there from Jackman once again. Aikila up to Cunnin. Luke Cunnin skating in. Here's Tyler Madden. Pad save from Jackman. Ekblad. He gets it up to Sutton now. Sutton, he's been a hero in his own, on his own. He has a lot of space. Sutton, big pad save from Habsheed. A couple of good passes there from the Panthers. Tomas Hertl with Dylan Larkin. Larkin gets by. Carcillo just wide. Carcillo, Pickering. Larkin to the point. Kniazev. Pickering stopped by Jackman. Nice pad save. He had a nice look at it, and he was able to track it all the way through. Defensive zone draw. Bedard loses that one to Middlestat. Stamkos, Hayek, Stamkos. Stamkos, one-timers blocked there. Now here comes Mikola back the other way. Carry Mikola. What a man he's been. Lucius! Can't quite get it through as Heinola will get it in the slot. Frazee poked by Kalinin. Stamkos regains possession. Hayek hounded by Lucius. Lucius is anticipating his movements. Gets it to Bedard. Kalinin. Brain! His stick breaks! Now here comes Stamkos. 2-on-1-ish. No, they get back. Middlestat off the post! Ricky Brain with no stick. Take that stick. There you go. Bedard, who that gave it to him? Bedard gives him his stick. Heinola hit by Lucius. Middlestat to Hayek. Scores! No! Oh, what a run! What a run! It's going to make year number 10 even better. What a run, though. Oh, Jackman with his white hair. Who are you? Ricky Brain and that broken stick. Barkov gets the Conn Smythe. I don't want to see this. Shots end 47-35. 47-35. What an overtime. Ranta gets us there. Habsheed making miracles, but Jackman making miracles of his own. And the Florida Panthers are your 2031 Stanley Cup champions. What a way to go out after 28 games. Game 7 all the way, and it results in a 5-4 overtime loss in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup final. Brutal, brutal way to go out. I don't even want to look at those replays. Florida wins the Cup. Cleveland Monsters win the Calder. Let's just wrap it up. This was a super long postseason. Maybe not after I cut a lot of it, but at least for me. Let's just get through this one. Who are your heroes in this one? Bedard and Larkin both scoring 26 points in 28 games. Lucius, 10 goals, 23 points. But Kari Mikkola, 12 goals, 20 points, and a plus 15 through 28 games. I think he was my hero. Kari Mikkola, what a guy. What a guy. Hurdle, in what was probably his final season with us, 19 points in 28 games from the captain. Carcillo, 9 goals, 18 points in 28 games. Ranta, 9 goals, 15 points. Cody Glass, great stuff. Maybe his final season with us, 15 points in 28 games. Eklund, 14. He turned it up with 12.27 per night. He scored 14 points. Quinn Hughes, also 14, so got as many as Eklund. There you go. Rodin, 12 points and a plus 12. He wants to be here. Kalinin, 11 points, negative 5. Haikila, 10 points, even plus minus for the rookie. Tyler Madden, what a man. 9 points plus 4. Cunnin, 5 goals, 8 points. He's probably gone after this season. One of our longest. If we lose Cunnin and Hurdle, that would mean no original. That would be Kniazev would be the final original Shark. Kniazev and Brain and Pickering all scored 6 points. Brain did it in 27 games, plus 8, 9, and 12 respectively. Ricky Brain, man. That broken stick may have done us in. Goalies, Habsheed, man, goes 14-8-2. 3 shutouts, 9.11 save percentage, 2.67 goals against. Who do we run with between the pipes next season? We have a lot to think about for next season. Who's our starting goalie? What's our forward core? What's our defensive core? Who leaves? Who stays with all the money? Let's check out the awards, contracts, draft, and call it a season. Panthers win the Cup. We won our 5th consecutive President's Trophy. Back-to-back Stanley Cup final appearances as champions of the West. Individual awards. We know that Hopkins won the Art Ross. We're not sure about much else, though. Maybe, likely Hughes for the Norris. Not sure. Maybe Hornquist for the Vezina. What? The Hart Memorial goes to Quinn Hughes. For the 3rd consecutive season, we win the Hart Trophy. And for the 2nd time in 3 years, it's from a player that does, in back-to-back years, a player that doesn't lead the league in points. Quinn Hughes, the first defenseman since Chris Pronger in the year 2000 to win the Hart Trophy, and just the 2nd defenseman since, when's the last defenseman before Chris Pronger? Bobby Orr in 1972? Crazy. Wow, and our first defenseman to win the Hart probably since like Ellis Anderson in the Honolulu Huskies franchise. Quinn Hughes, Hart Trophy, and James Norris, of course, for a 4th consecutive season. Wow. Lady Bing to Michkov. That's cool. Calder to this guy from the Penguins, Davidson. Conn Smythe to Barkov. Conn Smythe to Barkov. Vezina to Hornquist. So he did end up winning it. Made sense. Back-to-back Vezinas, but we're not even sure if we'll keep him next season. Back-to-back Jennings as well. This year only to him, not to him and Habsheed. So back-to-back Jennings and Vezinas for Hornquist. Masterton to this guy in the Senators, Jack Adams to the coach of the Sabres, Selke for the 3rd consecutive year to Elias Lindholm, and Ted Lindsay to Quinn Hughes. Wow, wow, wow. Down in the AHL, we got Reese, who won the equivalent of the Calder, and that's it for the awards. What a postseason. What a run this was. A very long episode. Sorry if it was spoiled that we were going to go a long way because of how long the episode was. But a very, very long postseason. I'm going to sim to the draft. We'll look at some contracts, some draft picks, and then we'll do our best to have a little bit of a game plan, and then call it a day. Draft lottery, New Jersey 2-1, Vegas 8-2, Arizona drop from 1-3. Player retirements here. Let's see. Is Tomas Hertl calling it a career? You likely can't afford him, so I would recommend that he does, but he does not. Steven Stamkos goes out with the Stanley Cup. Crosby goes out with 2,043 points at the age of 43, still an 82 overall. Hats off to Sid. 785 goals as well. Stamkos almost 1,600 points. He gets another Stanley Cup with Florida. Huberdeau, Goudreau, Sagan, Miller, Tarasenko. Lindholm retires after winning the Selke at 87 overall. Wow. Any other big names or former Sharks out here? No, not seeing anybody. And goalies to retire here in 2031. We see John Gibson, Cal Peterson, Bennington, Korpisalo. Few names there. Coach retirement. Anyone from San Jose? Nope. Tomas Hertl, he wants like $5 million, I think. I don't think we can afford that. I'm not going to do draft interviews since I already know pretty much everything about everyone. Pro Scout, thank you very much. And here we are at the draft. So let's try and just get a little bit of a game plan for next episode. If you want to know more, leave a comment or message me in the Discord server because I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it here. We pick at number 31 in the first round and then 31 and 32 in round number 2. We were hoping Florida wouldn't have a great season. They ended up winning the Stanley Cup and beating us in the Cup final. So pick 31 in round 1 and picks 31 and 32 in round 2. Then we have Washington's third, somewhere in the 70s, something like that. Some picks could always be traded with other pieces that we might be moving, but if we were to draft, let's see here. This guy, Manny Stokes, 17-year-old from Great Britain, going first overall. That's incredible. That's very rare. I can't wait to see what his actual potential is. Manny Stokes. What a guy. Jakub Voracek's Cologne is going second overall. Okay, after that, medium elites, top 4s, nothing too special. Medium elites here, this guy Naslund, offensive defenseman, per Naslund. Let me guess, he's NHL ready. No, he's 4 years away. That could be interesting. Medium elite, who we could throw in the system at round number 21 or so. Then some medium top 6s. No one really interesting at the end here at the draft, so I'd be willing to move that pick either up or down. Low elite guarantee, a few medium top 6s, a lot of medium top 6s, a few gems. Medium elite Filatov there. This guy is, 17 years of age. Amazing. So, yeah, then here's another medium elite. I don't know if we'll go for the goalies, but very good potential, as always, deep in the draft with some strong drafting. Medium elite at 1. These are all goalies, all these medium elites. Guaranteed low elites out here. Yeah, oh, look at all the guaranteed low elites late in the draft as well. Yes, beautiful. Some nice low elites up here that will get drafted. So there's a little look at the draft, just some of the players more than the positions of where we'd be drafting. Progress reports to close it out as well. After this postseason, we see, let's check it out. Ranta's up to an 89, Cleanan down to an 87, Larkin down to an 86, Lucius down to an 85, don't understand why. Don't think there's many other changes there. Modifications. Hertl down to an 82. Haikila still at an 83. In the system, any big growth here? This guy, Rohan Christie. Yeah, there's that reference. There's a Rohan reference in the last one from Lord of the Rings, but I couldn't remember where it was from. It was from this prospect. Someone left a comment on that one. Rohan Christie. Medium elite, 24 modifications for him. Fenton, 20. Leidker, 20. Nice modifications from these guys. Chubasov's up to an 84 overall. He'll be in our lineup next season. Third line center, second line center, that's for us to decide. Reese is at a 78. Maybe he's in the lineup. Natinen, Bertuzzi. Kilger's at a 77. Zednik, 76. There could be some players trying to make the jump next season. Speaking of that, let's just quickly look at our potential lineup for next season. Next year, how much money will we have to play with? $12.61 million to play with in extension dollars. Ranta's going to want his big contract. That's going to be very costly. Kivi Haru wants a contract. We're going to try to qualify him and get him for cheaper. That's tough for an 83 overall. Mikola's going to want a big contract after what he did in the postseason. I wouldn't mind going long-term on Mikola, like a 7 by 4.75 or something for the 23-year-old 6th round pick. Tomas Hertl, bottom 6 potential. We can't afford keeping Tomas Hertl, I don't believe. So the captain will very likely be moving on. Ricky Brain is going to want a contract. He wants money. What are we going to do for defense? Cunnin wants 2.7, not going to happen. Pickering wants 3.4. Yikes, that's just for 3 years. For anything else, it changes drastically. Madden, 1.6. We could probably find a way to do him. Leonard never played a single game as depth the entire season. We had no forward injuries all season long. So just a quick look at our forwards and defense. Right now, if we were to count the 12, if we could get Ranta signed back on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Minus Cunnin gives us, if we were to remove Cunnin and Hurdle, it gives us 2 more spots, which would be for Chubasov and maybe for Reese. That's if everyone else comes back. Because even if they come back, do we have the roster spots? Just throwing names out here. Bedard, Ranta, Lucius is line 1, and Larkin, Eklund, and Carcillo is line 2. Can Glass, Mikkola, and Chubasov be line 3 and Haikila still 4th line? I don't think so. I would think that a forward has to leave. Is it Cody Glass? Is it William Eklund? We got to free up money and we got to free up roster spots. Cody Glass has been an amazing trooper for us, but if Chubasov comes in as a centerman, maybe it just doesn't work anymore. So a few things to consider lineup-wise. For the defense, we would think, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, with Pickering, Kniazev, somebody as a 7th. But Pickering and Kniazev, I want them as the 3rd pair. They're just so good. Maybe the rights to Brain or Kiviharju get traded. Rodin, yeah, he's $6 million, but he's been good. Do we trade him because now it makes sense because his value has gone up? Or do we keep him because now he's proven himself? So there's those defensemen. Plus, in the system, don't forget, you have Damian Lease at a 78, Bertuzzi at a 77, Nattinen at a 77. All 3 of these guys could be pushing for the NHL next year. And then for goaltending, you have 90 overall Hornquist, 85 overall Habsheet, who signed for 2 more years at 1.5. Hornquist is costing 8.35, but back-to-back Vezinas. High elite potential, 25 years of age and 90 overall. We also have Kilger, 77 high elite, 21 years of age. You have Jesus Foy, Michael Miele with medium elite potential, but Miele, maybe we trade him. He hasn't grown. He's 23, 67. I don't know. It's goaltending, defense, even the forwards. All 3 of those, tough decisions to make for all of those. So I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap between this episode and the 2031 off season, and then the year number 10 live stream. I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap because there is a lot to think about. Pending free agents as well, if you want to clear up a ton of money and go after somebody. At the moment, pending UFAs, sorting by overall, would be Barkov, Wright, Mishkov, Turcotte, Point, Dvorsky, Perfetti, Besser, Kucherov, Reinhardt, and all the names down the list there. Again, if you want to know any more information, leave a comment on YouTube or over on the Discord server. Also, remember to give me thoughts on X Factors if you have any. But if this is the end for Tomas Hertl, he will go out with 18 seasons played, 971 points, 411 goals, and 560 assists in 1,289 games. It's tough with Marleau setting so many records, but he's up there in the history books as one of the all-time Sharks. So no records for Hertl to have on his own, but he was very close to many of them, and he will be remembered for a very long time as a Sharks legend. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap it up there. What a ridiculous postseason. 7-game series all the way through. Thank you for enjoying it. I hope you did. If you did, please do leave a like. And of course, it is very necessary to hear from the assistant general manager. So if you have any thoughts at all, please leave it down here in the YouTube comments or over on the Discord server, link in the description. I would love to hear from you, and we'd love to discuss it as one big collective as well. Subscribe if you haven't already to be made aware of all of our franchise mode uploads, our upcoming year number 10 live stream, our MLB The Show franchise mode live streams, career sims, breaking news and analysis in the real world of hockey, especially with the NHL postseason starting soon in the real world. So make sure to subscribe to not miss out on any of that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for taking the time to enjoy, and I very much look forward to seeing you once again in the next one as we will run the 2031 off season and prepare for year number 10 as we try to go for a 6th consecutive President's Trophy and our 3rd Stanley Cup in franchise history.